DJ.
Are you done mixing yet?
You're the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. Jack, we Ric Flairing on them niggas. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairing, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Petty Wops and find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow, who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like them other guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing, son up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at. No cap. If the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeant is with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walk it, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
October is here. Libras, beanies, and hoodies appear. October 9th is the day of days. Manor, prom, the stage has been laid. At the hill they will meet. Who will taste defeat?
Hey, Coach Sanders, I hurt my ankle getting off the bus the other day. You got an extra scooter for me? If you got an extra scooter, send me one down here.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! No! That is not happening right now! No!
It's a little rivalry, it's a little blood in between. You know, the coach said something about me. I don't shoot back because I don't do that, because I'm really good at that. And I don't choose to do that. You know, I'm on this high road right now. That's what I'm doing. I take it the high road.
What?
Tony, I tried my best to take the high road, but I don't know the address to the high road. So I got to come at you, man. You 10 years as a starter, you're 2-4 in the playoffs. You ain't won nothing. I tried to bury the hatchet. Both of us work for CBS. I went and shook your hand and say, Tony, you're doing a great job this year. I thought that would be it. Tony, leave me alone, man. I got a lot of ammunition, man. How many interceptions? 19 in 2012? Come on, man. You threw to everybody but me. So stop, man. Leave me alone. I tried to take the high road, but I don't know the address. All right, I'm a different dude. So I don't do that. But, you know, everybody's waiting for me to do that. And, you know, at the conclusion of this matter, we just going to have to sit and see.
You gonna learn today.
If new coach at a new school, what do you think, in giving him some advice, if he would have called you, what would you have told him that he had to be careful with?
He got assistant coaches. He got NFL coaches. He talked about how good his staff is.
DG, let's cut to the chase. How many years you got in this thing? 25. How many years you got? I got 10 good years. I got 14. Y'all do the math. Matter of fact, let's do the math for him and put it up there. That's how many years we got in this thing.
And how good they are. So I'm sure that he can lean on those guys for advice. You know, so he didn't call me, but, you know, he's the enemy.
What's up? All right, from Cut Day, I like this question. Will Alabama A&M throw deep on DeHaan Warren Nugget from JSU?
I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I don't know who that is. I mean, somebody might think I'm being funny. I really don't know him. The thing I've tried to do since you said Jackson State?
Yeah, from Jackson State, number 4, the corner.
Yeah, because Jackson State gets so much precedent and publicity, you know, and people kind of have given them so much hype. I try to just, you know, eliminate anything, you know, really about them. I'm not really thinking about them too much. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
He's the enemy, you know. I'm not going to give him any advice.
You told him to practice at 6 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, I told him, recruit some more 5 stars. You talking about all the 4 or 5 stars you recruited. You're not the only one to recruit 5 stars and 4 stars. We do too. Let's go. We got guys coming back next year too. Yeah, everybody wait for next year. Well, we're playing right now. Okay? Everybody like their team at the beginning of the year.
Right.
So, you know, it is what it is. You know, so I'm going to have some different players out there next year too. I'm not going to play with the exact same team. You know, so let's go. Bring it.
A lot of people get mad when they don't catch fish. I don't, because I love the peace and the serenity. I love the stillness of it. Because I've already caught a lot of fish, and I know what that feels like. Sort of like the class we had. The #1 class in FCS history. The #1 class in HBCU history. And the anticipation is over. Oh, it's time. Look at your watches. Because, baby, it's time. Yeah, you're thinking about it. The alumni, they know about it. Sonic boom, the sound about it. Like a clock saying tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. It's gonna be something to behold. They're coming. Oh, we coming. Oh, we coming. We coming. We coming. And when we come, you gonna know we came. Say yes, you, baby. I believe. Carry on.
Woo! Oh my God! We here. We here. Listen, this is what everybody's been waiting for. The game of the freaking year. We in here. It's your boy Scotty. You're watching OFFScript. Listen, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like I need I just need something to get. I love it. I love it. You gotta feel it in your bones. Like the atmosphere, the game is gonna be crazy. All the trash talking, all the back and forth, the spring, the now, the teams, the fall, the ups, the downs. Listen, it's all here for the moment to be had. I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy. Come on, man. Come on. Love it. All right. So listen, this is the kickoff show. This is a quick rundown. I'm gonna take a little bit of calls, but mostly this is gonna be just a quick overview of everything that's gonna happen on the channel this week. All right. So it's not gonna be a super long show unless you guys make it a super long show with all the calling and stuff like that.
There is one other participant in the conference.
We'll see. Hey, what's up, Dr. Lindsay? I'm gonna get to you. All right. So let me get y'all going for the weekly updates. All right. So real quick, if you have not subscribed to the channel, stop playing with it. Become a member. They'll be dropping Sean NRAT would be dropping the links in the chat. So make sure you guys go do that. Knock it out. Become a member. $4.99 donation all the way up to $19.99 donations. Like it is what it is. It's here. All right. It's here. It's there. If you're looking to do a one-time donation and you don't want to do the reoccurring stuff, just ask me for my Cash App and I'll give you my Cash App and you can send it that way as well. All right. Listen. All right. So next up, JSU versus Alabama A&M Party Bus Tour. All right. Listen, go to the website. I'm going to have it up real quick. I'm about to bring the website up. All right. This is the website. All right. Moment in time. All right. Moment in time. ATL to the Hill takeover. All right. Party bus. We in here. He got the band coming. It starts in Atlanta. All right. It starts in Atlanta. You can fly into Atlanta. The bus, you meet up with the bus. The bus stops in Atlanta and Birmingham, and it takes you to the Hill. You go here. Listen, all you got to do is call my man. Make your reservations. Tell him OFFScript sent you. You get 10%. All right. Here we go. Listen, it's ATL to the Hill takeover. Now, listen, you don't have to be in Atlanta. You can fly your happy ass to Atlanta. They'll get you, take you. I mean, it's all expenses, all expense play, all inclusive packages are available. RSVP today, starting at $125. All right. All you do is go to the website. If you go here at the bottom, you see his number. You call in, you RSVP. Hold on, let me move this down. I'm sorry, guys. All right, you right here at the bottom. You call, you RSVP with them. You tell them OFFScript sent you. You get 10% off your price. All right, make sure that happens. I'm telling you, the best thing. You gonna hear me talk about this all week. All right, so make sure you lock that in, get that going. You, your friends, your family. It's gonna be a nice little trip. And there's an after party. Okay, it's an after party, all white after party. That's part of the package, right? Now, the only thing that does not come with this package is tickets. Tickets do not come with this package, all right? Tickets sold separately, all right? But at the end of the day, that's what we're doing. That's what it is. Make sure you go check that out. Moment in time, right here. Here's the website. Moment in time. I'll put it in the chat as well. Make sure you guys go check out, get your RSVP in, get that locked in. He'll take you to the game, all right? Can't beat it. Too easy. Now, getting back to everything in the midst. Tuesday, round table talk. All right. New SWAC order roundtable talk, 6:30 p.m. It's going down. You already know how it is. Me, Blue, CFL, Spotlight, the whole gang is in here. We're doing a week 6 look ahead, and we're doing a roundtable talk. Make sure you tune into that on Tuesday. Wednesday, I got the Wild Out Wednesday. Now listen, Bulldogs. I know Jackson State gonna come out in droves. That's what they do. They're gonna call in. Listen, y'all need to have you a Mr. Campbell on site, Alabama A&M. Y'all need to listen, because I don't want this thing to go downhill really quickly. All right, because with the Wild Out Wednesday, it's jab here, jab there, call in, talk your smack, say whatever you is, keep it positive, keep it friendly, keep it about football. All right, keep it about football. And also, listen, if Jackson State just runs the phone lines, that's what it is. All right. So Alabama A&M, I need you. How are you the SWAC champs and y'all don't call in? Y'all the SWAC champs, you don't call in. You the SWAC champs, you don't go to away games. You SWAC champs, you don't even go to your own home games. Y'all need to do better. I need a better representation from the Bulldogs. Okay, I need a better representation. Come on, y'all got to do better. Thursday, live show, Who You Trust. We're going to go through positional battles, all right? DBs, running backs, O-line, who you trust, QBs, safeties, all that, all right? Coaches, offensive coaches. We're going through all that. Who you trust, all right? We're going to go through that. And last but not least, Friday, my prediction. I got some special guests coming through to make their predictions as well. You're going to see that in full effect, all right? And then you already know Saturday, livest pregame show on the planet. I ain't even got to say nothing about that. You already know the pregame going to be stupid. All right. Pregame and postgame show on Saturday. All right. So real quick recap. Tuesday, roundtable. Wednesday, Wild Out Wednesday. Thursday, Who You Trust. And Friday, my prediction with special guests. All right. Let me get to these callers so you already know. Make sure you guys are locked in and tuned in. It's going to be crazy. What's up, Doc? Talk to me.
Let's get it. Let's go, baby. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. How you doing? How you doing, Doc?
I'm blessed. First of all, man, I'm in Atlanta, so I need that information, man, to get on that bus, man, so I can be out that game because I'll be in town that weekend.
Bet. I'm gonna put the website in the chat and just take that information down. And you can and just go ahead and call them. You told me everybody can just call them. It's no big deal. You call them, first come, first serve. Just tell them OFFScript sent you, and you get 10% off your ticket. I mean, off your RSVP.
All right, get that number. Put that number in. I'm cool. Now let's get to this game.
Talk to me.
This game. Well, this is what I'm believing, man. From last year to this year, we know our defense with JSU has got a lot better. And we still got some work to do, but we've got a lot better. Teams are only averaging 12 points a game on us. And that looks good going into this game next week because of the way Alabama A&M play. I'm not going to look at what they played against Grambling, but the way our defense is and the way I've seen them play against Grambling, our defense got a great chance of keeping this score low. The only thing I'm playing is that our offense is clicks. All we need to do is just put some decent numbers on the board and we can get out of this game. I'm not going to say it's going to be no blowout. I'm believing that we'll win something like 24-17, something like that, I believe. But it could be a little bit more. But I'm sticking with 24-17 JSU. But I believe our defense is good enough to keep Akil Glass and them on their heels, but our offense has got to come to play. And I believe by them seeing that Grambling game and studying that film, they're going to take off and do what they got to do to get this W back up there in Alabama. That's what I'm believing.
Keep believing. That's what Deion's motto is. I believe, right? You got to believe in something.
Yes, sir. You got to believe. But our defense is the key. The defense is always the key. And our defense is good enough to lock in and slow Alabama A&M. We just need our offense to follow suit. As the defense is doing their job, the offense got to reward them. They got to reward them early, even if it's just a field goal on a possession. It don't have to be a touchdown every possession, just a field goal. They got to reward them because our defense is going to be hungry. Houston going to be hungry. Nugget going to be hungry. The whole defense is going to be hungry. They remember from last year. And trust me, it's a whole nother defense, man. I'm excited to see that, man. And definitely I'm going to let you get to your next callers. So let's go, JSU.
Let's go. All right. Appreciate the call.
Yes, sir.
Coach Hart, what's good? Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, Scotty? Thanks for having me.
No problem. Thank you for calling in. So real quick, because I wanted to get your opinion on this. So what happened with Grambling? All right, I'm gonna say that first, and then what does the offensive line need to do to block for both sides, right? Because you know what? Let's say this. Let's say because you know Alabama A&M's defense isn't all world. Their D line isn't all that world. So what? But the offensive line for Jackson State isn't the best as well. So I just give me your opinions on both sides of the spectrum of what both offensive lines have to do to protect their quarterback.
All right, so to address your first question, Grambling, you know, being a former athlete, I believe it was a mental letdown game. You know, they, you know, you don't say it, but they was geared up for, you know, this Saturday. And when you couple that with the fact that they, you know, down in that hole where it's, you know, 10, 15 degrees hotter, hydration issues, that could have played a factor. Jenkins didn't play their best inside receiver. So if you look at the game, a lot of those outside passes maybe wouldn't have been thrown if Jenkins was in there in the middle of the field, you know, doing what he do. So I think, you know, that's the reason. And then they, you know, they got behind and tried to come back, but, you know, it was too late. They ran out. So they, even though they probably were the better team, they were the better team that day, or the more disciplined team. In regards to the scores, the one interception Glass threw, it came out so flat. That's supposed to be like a quarterback coaches call it a two ball, like, so it's over the DN. But as an O-line coach, I like to attack on the run so their hands is down anyway. So I think that's, you know, a little bit of coaching as well as, you know, scheme. Because if that D-line's hands is down, we can't pick the ball and score. So just little things like that, mental lapses. But I'm sure they're going to be on 10 this week, trying to redeem themselves. And, you know, this is something they've been waiting for. Looking at the O-lines, I want to bring in another aspect to the kickers. I think Alabama A&M has a better field goal kicker.
That's true.
I could play a point in regards to see these teams with offense and a great defense. So Alabama A&M's offensive line, they really need to be like the Three Musketeers, all for one and one for all. Six bully dogs, and it's going to be tough. You know, to block them. I will leave a tight end in, a running back in, and when you still do that, you get pressure from the inside. So, you know, it's going to be tough for that O-line. I would probably do a game plan where I'm just doing slide protection, everybody working together for a gap. If you block man, you know, the twist game, and then when they bring an extra from the second or third level, is going to eat them up. So I try to do that and get the ball out quick because, like I say, Jackson State, and it's proven that Jackson State and FAMU are the two best D-lines in the SWAT. So I think that's what Alabama and M's offensive line is going to have to do. Again, keep a running back in, keep a tight end in, somebody. Because if you try to block a man, you know, that's a mistake. Jackson State's offensive line, I think they have some schematic issues. It's like, for example, if I had a 45-pound weight and I handed it to you, you'd be able to handle it. But if I threw it at you, it might be harder to catch. So using that as an analogy, if the O-line like moves back, like if you look at a run and shoot, option offensive line where they so far back and they run forward trying to cut, they don't have to cut, but they can't get any momentum built up where their alignment is pre-snap, so they just get butt and ripped all the time. But they move further back, they can get more steps in the ground, get more inertia built up by pushing off the ground, therefore get more momentum. So it's harder for the D-line to, like I said, catch that 45-pound weight drop from 10 yards in the air versus catching it if I hand it to you.
Got you.
It's more speed, so that will help them in the run game. In the pass game, they got to be realistic too. Their right tackle can't kick, so they need to leave somebody in on his side as well, and kind of do the same things Alabama and are doing. I think Jackson State should be able to run the ball better, because, like I say, if they do that, those little changes, they have a bigger offensive line that can gain more momentum and just cover them up so the backs can cut off of them. But in the pass game, they need to keep somebody in, because like I said, their right tackle is he can't kick step. Their right guard has issues. The best offensive lineman is great at left tackle. So besides him, everybody else needs help. So leave him man, slide everywhere else, and just keep it pushing. But I think the main thing for Jackson State is short up their passing game, their concepts. Like we talked before, the run and shoot isn't run by anybody anymore. So if they change, them concepts, I think on that shallow cross, what Coach Boulware did back at Alabama and now, a D lineman or somebody will get a pick and drop off into that. So, just changing up their passing game, getting more routes so we can get the ball out of his hand and, just play football and, see what happens. But I think it's going to be a very exciting game.
If you had no money on no team, you don't got to give me a score. If you had to bet a house, if you had to bet your house on it, no score, you don't got to give me a score. Who would you pick and why?
I pick Jackson State. I think they have some better athletes on defense, in particular the defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to cause a big problem. Not saying they're going to get sacks, but they're changing the offense up. So I can't go deep to Zay or Ibrahim or any of them guys. The deep game is out the question. It's a screen game, short game, things like that. So now you're putting the safeties in a position where they're coming up, trying to attack.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think, like I said, Coach Mann is an offensive guru. You're going to see some screens, and then Akil's going to have to take the hit, but it'll be a screen on one side and a pump and go to the other side, or a wheel to the other side, things like that. Or to the same side, just to switch the defense up. But the reason I give it to Jackson State is the defensive line and the secondary, the corners. So even if, they do catch a few balls, they're going to be so competitive, the next ball can be picked. And like I said, the last couple of games, his timing has been off, or he's been, throwing to the inside hand of receivers instead of the outside hand. If you do that with a DB that's hit with you, that's a pick six. You know that, from playing receivers.
Facts.
So, I think Alabama A&M may have better coverage safeties, but they don't have better cover corners. So even catching the ball in that middle void, Jackson State has D linemen that can turn and retrace, along with everybody that can rally to that point. So it's going to be tough for A&M just because of that Jackson State defensive line. So I give it to Jackson State.
Hey, Coach Harp, as always, I appreciate the call and the insight, my guy.
No problem. Thank you, man.
No problem.
Hey, Coach Harp, as always, I appreciate
Hey, caller, you live, talk to me.
No problem.
Can you hear me?
Yep, you live, talk to me. What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Scotty, man? This is Wes from Georgia.
What's up, Wes?
And this the thing, man. I think that it's going to be a good game, no doubt. I really think it's going to be a good game. But everybody keep talking about Jackson State's defense. And the point, Jackson State played against a FAMU team that was horrible on offense for the first game. They was terrible at quarterback position. They played against a Tennessee State team that had the exact same issue. ULM was horrible, and Delta State, a D2 school, had success against them.
Mm-hmm.
So in my personal opinion, while their defense is better than it's been in the past, they have not been tested, nor have they been spread out. Now, they keep talking about they're going to go away from Nugget and all this other stuff. Now, you correct me if I'm wrong, but Nugget hasn't even played a full game yet.
Jackson
you know what I mean?
State, yeah, Jackson State, I think he came in the second quarter. ULM, I think ULM, he played the full game at ULM. And he didn't play against Delta State. So yeah, this will be like his first full game.
You see what I'm saying? So he's proved. I know they keep talking about the #1 recruit out of JUCO and all that other stuff, man, but he's not solidified, man. That kid not proven. Yeah, he got offers from the University of Georgia and all that other stuff. He decided to go to Jackson State, but he ain't proven yet. He still got to prove himself along with the rest of those DBs, man, and I think this is going to be the first 2 challenges that they get. Now, the one thing that, outside of those concerns on defense, offensively, Jackson State is extremely sporadic. There's no consistency on the offensive side of the ball. Now, as far as A&M is concerned, we all know their defense is not strong. They've shown that during the spring. They've shown it now. We know that. But to me, the X factor is Alabama A&M's offense. Now, they didn't play well against Grambling. You know what I mean? And just kind of give you an example. University of Alabama, the best team in the nation, been like that for years. But for some reason or another, Ole Miss got their freeze tag. And this situation is no different. A&M has a hard time with Grambling, but that does not determine what kind of offense that they have. A&M is consistent on offense. That Glass kid, even though he had a bad game, he's proven. So I think it's more of a responsibility for Jackson State to see if they can stop or slow down that offense, because even if Nugget has a great game, them secondary guys going to have problems, bro. I'm telling you, you cannot. Their interior, Jackson State interior is solid.
What I was
Jackson State will not go man-to-man for no 4 quarters against Alabama A&M University. You can't do it.
I believe I do believe they will, though. It might be. It's not. Yeah, in your opinion, it might be difficult, but I still think they believe that their athletes are better, because it's like,
oh, no doubt they should.
Like Coach Harp said, it's what you're thinking when you're playing, when Jackson State runs the defense that they run, they're thinking you won't have time to throw it no more than 10 yards. So my corners ain't gonna have to cover that long. So all you have to do is pretty much cover 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So,
but Scotty, what up? You talking to an ex football player, defensive back, bro? When you're average, above average, man, when you got 5 wides out there, bro, you're gonna get beat. It's difficult. Them 2 or 3 seconds, I'm telling you, it's tough. And Glad, like I said, he had a bad game, but that kid is solidified. We all know he's the best quarterback in the SWAC. He's a top tier talent. He's a good kid, and he's consistent. And I just refuse to believe, man, that kid is going to have 2 bad weeks back to back.
No.
So while I think it's going to be a good game, I don't think they should hang their hat on just their defense coming in, man, and just tearing it down. I'm telling you.
This is my
thing. They're going to get their ass exposed.
What I would do this, and I agree with you. This will be the first team that has a comparable quarterback that can run the system that they have and has the talent around him to really compete. This is what I would not throw at Nugget. I really, because to me, it's no need to take that. It's no need to take that risk when I got 4 other guys I can test and have a higher percentage of winning. I'll test CJ Holmes. I'll test Al Young. I damn sure test Shiloh and Cam. I'll test them too. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't really even look Nuggets way. I might throw something out there just to kind of like, I'll put a backup receiver out there and make him do a go route and throw it deep just to make Nugget run. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't test that side. There's no need for me to, because I got 4 other corners that, I mean, think about it. ULM went, and I stand on this, right? Blue Blood said this. He said, and when he was looking at the analytics, he said ULM, and as bad as their quarterback was, they threw at CJ Holmes 15 times out of 40 plays.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of stuff I'm doing. I'm putting my best guy on CJ Holmes. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting Zay there. I'm putting Abdul there. I'm putting Hilaire there. Like, I'm not taking that chance. Why? I don't need to throw at Nugget for what? What's that going to prove? That?
But when you say take a chance, what are you taking a chance? No, you make good sense. Now, I'm not.
You go ahead.
What I mean? I'm not justifying the fact that you're not. You make good sense. But what I'm saying is, we're talking about a kid that hadn't even played. You know what I mean? He's a good player, but he hasn't even played. The attention that this guy getting as a cover corner, as far as him playing in this way, he don't deserve that national. He don't deserve the attention that he's getting. He hadn't played. This kid hadn't played more than a quarter in the game. So I understand what you're saying, but if my best receiver is out there on him and I know I got man coverage, I'm gonna take that. He's gonna have to show me that he can cover that guy. At Jackson State secondary as a whole hasn't faced nobody in practice or in game against the way against some of the guys they can face this week. Not five, not across the board.
Yeah, not
and they
across
got a
the
running
board.
back that can get out and cover.
Yeah, that's
somebody
true
gonna get caught. So Shiloh, he might lay the boom. He might get him a good hit, but we're gonna see if he can dance back there. You know what I mean? He might be able to get a good hit, but he's gonna have to come out. He's gonna have to cover some grass.
Yeah, and I think I really think if I was Coach Mader, my tight end and my running back game needs to be that the tight end to me needs to be a very key factor, because if you blitz the middle of the field as much as they do, you should
That's
use
right.
you're gonna have to use a tight end. You're gonna have to use a tight end for a hot
That's
route.
right.
Just keep it easy. And
Right.
in the game against Grambling, you really saw how much juice was really needed. Like, I mean, really
Right.
bad, because of just that inside. I mean, those reverse whip routes that he does, the quick option routes that he does. That's like those are automatic 3 yards. So it's 3rd and 3. Who you going
Right.
to? You going to juice? You know what I'm saying? Like it's a mismatch across the board. So I agree with you. I think that 5 wide, they haven't seen this before on no level. I mean, FAM, they just worried about X. Tennessee State, I can't even name their receivers.
Right.
Who else? ULM, Boogie Nights. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's it. So
ULM was terrible, bro. They were terrible. ULM was the way Grambling played the other night. Grambling could have beat ULM the night that they played against Jackson State. That's how well Grambling played. I mean, it was their night. I think A&M, and it's their fault. You know what I mean? I'm an A&M guy, but in all honesty, I think A&M kind of took Grambling
lightly.
They took them for granted.
Yeah,
I mean, they wasn't a very good team on paper. They hadn't played very well up until that point. And I think A&M came out a little lax, man. And you know how it is, man. Sometimes, man, when you let the underdog, man, kind of get in the fight, man, and then can't nothing go right for you, man, that tend to be the outcome. So I make no excuses. A&M should have won that game, man. They dug their own hole. They made their bed. They have to lie in it. But the idea that the Jackson State defense is this big dominant defense, like, they haven't done enough to be categorized as a dominant defense. They haven't done enough to be categorized as the best. They're going to have to show some people. A&M has already solidified their offense as being the best in the SWAC, period. They had a bad game, but A&M has the best offense in the SWAC. Jackson State ain't proven themselves. They ain't proven themselves to get nothing to nobody. They have.
Well, I mean, at the same time, can you got to give credit, because you only can play who's on your schedule.
Oh, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to.
Yeah, they're better.
You know what I'm saying? You can't.
better.
I only can play who's on my schedule, and then everybody I played on my schedule, they haven't. The only team that really gave them work was actually Delta State, surprisingly. You know what I'm saying? Like, surprisingly,
Right.
out of the FBS schools, out of the Tennessee States and all them, Delta State really gave them the most work. You know what I'm saying? So
that's exactly. So what exactly are you the best? They're better. I give them credit. They are better. Now I ain't shitting on them. They're better, no question.
Yeah.
But the way that they're relying on, the way they're talking about the defense, like they just like you got to show a little more. You got to show a little more, man, before you categorize. And I think this week is gonna determine that. But I think it's gonna be a good game.
Hey, I believe so as well. Appreciate the call, my guy.
Take it easy, bro.
All right, man. Hey, what's up, Smoke? Talk to me. Smoke.
My boy.
What's good, Smoke? Talk to me.
First off, I just want to start off by saying shout out to the Delta Devils. I thought they beat North Carolina Central the other day.
Yep. Valley. Yep.
Yeah. I think I heard you mention somebody asked you a question about the bye week. This past week for Jackson State.
Yeah, if it was good for them.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good, especially seeing Alabama A&M lose to Grambling. I think it might help them go in, correct some of the things that they think they might need to correct on. But other than that, I think it's gonna be a pretty good game, man, for real. It's gonna be a close one. You know what I'm saying? I saw that when we played against Delta State, we had a couple of people missing, and I heard Nugget Dad got on here. He was pretty mad. I didn't know Nugget didn't play that game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we were missing Tony Gray too, if I'm not mistaken.
Tony Gray. Yeah, I don't believe he was playing at the left tackle.
Yeah, he wasn't. Matter of fact, the guy, remember Coach Ford got on here and asked you about the dude from Southern Miss that transferred, the big ass dude?
Yeah.
He played horrible. Now I see why he doesn't play. Because he was getting ate up on that left side, man.
Oh, man.
But Other than that, though, I think we're gonna be pretty good. It's gonna be a well matched game. Of course, the most exciting game of the year. So
let me ask you this.
Let
me ask you this question. And I've asked every question on this big game. What is the narrative if you lose? What's the narrative? If you lose, I'll give you two. I'll give you two scenarios. If you lose by 3, what's the narrative? And if you lose by more than 7, what's the narrative?
Can I be honest?
Yeah, you can.
I'm be honest.
Yeah, be 100% real with me.
I want you to know. I told you. I said, correct me if I'm wrong. If we lose, period. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I understand it's Alabama A&M, but then again, too, the name we've been trying to put out for ourselves. Hey, we shouldn't be, yeah. So if we lose, period, it's a problem. I'm gonna be honest with you.
So if you lose, period, it's a problem. But I feel like
to me, it's a problem.
Why do you feel it's like? Don't get me wrong, losing is not good. But I get what I get. Nobody wants to lose. What I'm saying is that I feel like, how can I say this? I feel like when you guys are when the way you're saying that we shouldn't lose is like you're a complete team, but you're not a complete team. You get what I'm saying? Like you're not. So so there's flaws. Like it would be different if you guys were like a complete team. And if you said we shouldn't lose, I would tell you, yeah, you're absolutely right. You should not lose. Even and we can all give it up to Alabama A&M having a bad defense.
Oh,
but you still got to capitalize off a bad defense. You know what I'm saying? You still got to, those things still have to show themselves. Those problems still have to occur, and you got to take advantage of those. So my thing is this: if you lose, what's the narrative?
But here's the thing, though. We played against bad defenses, and we have barely capitalized. You saw what Delta State did against us.
Okay.
We played against Tennessee State. We ran off on them in the end, but should have been worse than what it was. ULM. We played against defenses like that, and it didn't go the way we expected it to. So I'm not going to, downplay Alabama A&M at all. So
Okay. All right. Hey, appreciate the call, Smoke.
Most definitely, my guy.
All right, man. Hey, what's up, Mr. Lomax? Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, Scotty?
What's goody?
Look, man, I like the narrative. What's going to be the narrative? I'm going to touch base on a few things I just heard you say.
Okay.
The narrative off the top, whether it's 3 points, 7 points, or 14 points, we're going to always be what we've been saying all along. The offensive line is the weak link in this chain. They would be the issue on why they are not capitalizing offensively. Now, I said that, listen to the caller before that one, for the last one, state about Jack State defense and how it hasn't been tested. That is not true. The two top defenses in the SWAC would be FAMU and Jackson State. That's why that game went 6-7. And it's just a tight game. But now, if you look at Tuskegee, sir, off the top, Tuskegee put 34, 35 points up against Alabama A&M. And I'm not saying we're going to put points up on the board like that, but they got exposed terribly. And then they turn around and play Grambling and Grambling blitz. We don't have to blitz sending the line back all the time. Our defensive line is a monster. You know that.
No, I don't agree.
Now,
I don't agree.
So when
I don't agree.
When they made the stipulations of, okay, we're going to go 5 wide. We're going to run the tight end out the backfield. We're going to run the running back out there. Well, that's simple. Then now you just simply put Miller on the tight end and you put Keontae Hampton on the running back and pull Shiloh up. And they're going to run man-to-man. You already know that defense going to stay man-to-man. They don't care nothing about folks talking about they ain't been challenged. If I had to be totally honest, the weak link in our defensive backfield would be C.J. Holmes.
And Shiloh.
So, Shiloh as a safety, but he's just going to float from one spot to the next.
My thing is this. Let me ask you this, Mr. Lomax, because you said that Aubrey Miller would guard the tight end and Keontae. I've never seen Aubrey cover anybody on film. I've seen Keontae.
You know what?
I've seen Keontae
in
cover.
In the spring, he did do some coverage. He wasn't good at it. He's not like he's nowhere near as agile as Keontae Hampton. That's why Keontae Hampton has always been, even as a sophomore at Jackson State, was the #1 defensive player of the SWAC for the year. So the boy got skills. That's Keontae. Now, Miller, all right, so he can't cover as far as trying to get an interception, but he'll stay with the tight end for the tackle, and then you bring Shiloh. I'm showing you. I think I heard you say if you need 3 yards, you just simply run that tight end across. You do a crossing pattern with the tight end and hit him, and that's your first down.
Okay,
Granted, I give you that.
Yeah. So my point, what I'm saying is because off the scheme that you run, like you don't generate pressure off you run a 3-3-5. You don't generate pressure off your front three. You don't do that. If you watch any film, you always blitz. Jackson State always blitz to generate pressure because they want the man-to-man matchup. They don't want double teams. They don't have a nose tackle like a Christian Clark that can beat consistently one-on-one. Quainus Miller is great one-on-one. When he doesn't get doubled, he's great one-on-one. Who else? Right. Houston, great one-on-one. Abdul, great one-on-one. That's why they send as many blitzes as they do, because they don't want you to put 2 people on 1 person, because then you have a chance to block them. So if you watch the scheme, Aubrey Miller is always blitzing. I mean, literally like 98% of the time, Aubrey Miller's going to blitz because that's his strongest suit, because nobody wants to block that train coming at you. And I'll be like, I wouldn't want to block that guy coming full speed at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I met him.
That boy built like a house.
Man, I met him. We dapped up. His chest felt like a stone brick wall. Like, I'm telling you, he's a full man. Like, for real, he's a full grown football man.
He's full grown, dog.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand that. My whole thing is the reason I said Juice and the tight end are automatic first downs. It's not because of the lack of talent you have. I'm just saying that Juice in space is hard to cover. That's any shifty receiver with a 2-way go. And when the middle of the field is open, if you give me enough time, you can't stop it. It's like Cole Beasley.
So
like,
go ahead. They Grambling around a nickel defense. What did they run?
They ran in the second half, it looked like a 5 across. If you really look at it, it looked like
a nickel defense, right? So that's what I'm thinking. And they was putting pressure on him, and that's what was really affecting Aquill. Aquill Glass nobody takes nothing from that kid, that's for sure. And this past spring when they played us, that one pass that stays in my mind with that running back, he threw that ball in the open, and down the sideline he went and scored.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
So that was just, you can't, like you said, you can't coach that. That's just pure talent at that point. But again, when you got pressure on there, and your clock goes from, your average quarterback clock is about 3 seconds. Would you agree?
Yeah.
About 3 seconds. So if you can cut a second or even a half a second off of that, drop it down to 2.5 seconds, they don't give the guys a chance to get in the field, get open. It really affects his ability to read his coverages. Well, I won't say coverages, but read his actual players, which ones he want to go to. That second and third read the third read is going to definitely be out the picture because they don't have the time. But that second read has to be there. So I know Coach Man. I don't know Coach Maynard, but I know he talked a bunch of trash. He told Deion, I like when you put it up there. He told Deion to go get some more five-star recruits. And we're going to bring all that to Huntsville. We'll see how this turn out. But I love the fact, sir, I ain't going to hold your line up. I love the fact that this thing is jumping off on a Monday. My wife asked me, "This is Monday. The game ain't till Saturday."
It's pre-gaming every day. Listen, they say pre-drinking. You already pre-drinking. You already pre-drinking for Saturday. It's going down whole week fest.
Yeah. Look, don't let them people sweat you, man. What's going on, bro? We following you. We watching you. You're doing a good job. And now you're going to have us locked in like this damn soap operas or something. Hey, now get off. I'm turning on the TV.
All right. Appreciate it, Mr. Lomax.
Have yourself a good one, man.
Yes, sir. Let me ask her a question from DW. He said the narrative. What is the narrative if Alabama A&M loses 2 straight? It's how they lose. All right. Everything is so many variables of football. It's always like how you lose, what it looked like. If Akil has the same game and listen, I've had conversations about this with people. If Akil has the same game he has against Grambling, do you sit him down for the season to protect his draft stock? Like, I've had talks with subscribers about that. Do you save him from himself? Because now you're looking at Grambling's defense, Jackson State's defense. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You throw 4 picks, 1 fumble. Like, you look rattled. You look, you know, you don't look composed. You don't look like, hey, like I'm a pro style quarterback. I can take all this. Like you start thinking about those things. Do you put a Quincy Casey in, right? Do you go to a backup quarterback? How does this all work? Do you have him play it out to finish his draft stock? All those things, you know what I'm saying? Like it goes into play. If they lose by a last second field goal, it's football. Same thing I would say about Jackson State. If you lose by a last second field goal, that's football. If the ball doesn't bounce your way, that's football. It's just that those are different. If Jackson State lose by, if Alabama and if Akil Glass plays great and they still lose by 10 or 14 points, but he doesn't do any turnovers or anything like that, you just chalk it up to Alabama and can't stop nobody. That's what you have to chalk it up to. You're like, we knew we had a bad defense. It came back to bite us. Whoop-de-whoop. You know what I'm saying? Like that is what it is. So just stuff like that. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, Scotty.
What's up? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Ronnie from Natchez, Mississippi.
Talk to me, Ronnie.
The game against Jackson State and Alabama A&M, it will not be a close game.
Okay.
Jackson State will win at least 36-21.
Okay.
The game will not be close.
Okay. And why do you feel that way? Because you're just throwing out numbers with no facts.
No. But Jackson State defense.
Okay.
And then the offense gonna get on track playing against Alabama A&M week of defense.
Okay. All right. I mean, that's your. I feel you. Okay. Cool.
That's it. I know it's gonna be at least 36 points. Write it down.
Okay. I mean, I'm not because it's not the pregame show, but all right. Appreciate the call though.
Okay.
All right, man.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me. What's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Nigel from Huntsville, Alabama.
What's up, man? Talk to me.
I believe that D. Anderson is going to give Nuggets some trouble.
Okay.
The reason why I say if you watch D. Anderson, the guy that transferred from LSU, he's 6'6", and he's a lengthy receiver. So the games that he has played this year, nobody has been able to stop him. And if you look at their games,
has he played against any corners? Like, is he? Hold on, I'm sorry. Has he played against any corners as good as Dejan?
What's the dude name? South Carolina State. He went against Durant and scored 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
On the Kobe Durant on South Carolina State. But then he was out the rest of the game because I think he hurt like his hand or something. He came out with a cast because he didn't play until Tuskegee's game.
Okay. Now my question is. Go ahead. No, finish your point.
I believe he'll give. What was you going to say?
No. Finish your point. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish your point.
I believe he'll give him trouble because it's harder to guard a bigger receiver like that with Nugget size. All Akil needs is time to throw it up, and I feel like they're going to use their tight end strongly in this game.
So,
I basically believe
So you're kind of putting yourself in a box. You said I think D. Anderson would do well, but Akil needs time. Well, if Akil don't listen, I play wide receiver. It is a dependent position.
Yeah.
All right. I can't throw the ball to myself. So if Akil don't have no time, how effective is D. Anderson really?
Not effective. The reason why I say that is because if you get the offensive line like how they block against South Carolina State splits, they'll be straight. But if you get the offensive line that they got against Grambling, they're gonna be in trouble and it might be a blowout.
Well, South Carolina State ain't Jackson State's D line.
No, I'm just saying because that's the best D line they face other than Grambling this year, South Carolina State, and they actually won that game. That's why I said that.
Okay,
and then I believe.
Go ahead.
I think their defense will step up this week because Troutman and Armani Holloway. I believe they got something to prove. Number 48 and 18.
You talking about defense?
Yeah, I believe they're gonna step up at least where they're when it's needed, basically to win the game.
Listen, bro. Let me tell you this. If I was the Jackson State offensive coordinator, I don't need to throw anywhere near a safety. I just abuse the corners. The corners are the worst part of this. Listen, the corners are atrocious. Like the safeties are the best part of this defense, Why am I throwing there? Why? Because you know Jackson State's gonna go 5 wide, so somebody's gonna be. So they're probably gonna do a cover. They're probably gonna do I know they're not gonna do a man high, so they're probably gonna run a lot of cover 3, maybe cover 2, cover 3 shells or something like that. So I'm just gonna go at the corners. I'm gonna abuse the corners. They're not good. They are not good. And we're not talking about receivers that are average. You're talking about Lanier. You're talking about Trevante Rucker. You're talking about Warren Newman. Like, these dudes are not scrubs. So you're not dealing with just bad receivers. You're dealing with some high quality receivers. Plus they going against some bad corners. I don't have to throw at Troutman.
Yeah.
So
I feel like what's the name will help them this week too, because Juice will be back in the mix. And I feel like what killed them too against Grambling, Garrett Quarles wasn't that effective, so they couldn't do what they did on Bethune Cookman, where they split the tires between running and throwing the ball downfield.
This is my thing.
They need Garrett Quarles to have a big game against Jackson State for them to win as well.
This is my thing, right? My thing is this. Nugget goes against 6'5", 6'6" receivers. He goes against Shane Hooks at practice. So it's not like he doesn't know how to defend tall receivers. Now, are they made the same? No, not all tall receivers. But if we're being honest, D. Anderson really doesn't play above the rim. He's 6'6", but he barely jumps really. Like, he's not a Randy Moss. He's not a Megatron to where you just throw it up to him and he goes and gets it. I haven't seen him do it. I've seen him do against Grambling, kind of that back pylon throw, but it was kind of like he threw it, like Akil threw it to a spot instead of really throwing it up. So you gotta listen. If Akil has time, I would love to see that matchup. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would love to see Nugget get tested. I really would. If I'm being honest, I wouldn't do. If I was Maynard, the person I would test Nugget with is Abdul, because I think he's strong enough and tough enough and has enough body control to block Nugget away from getting through him to get the ball, if you get what I'm saying. I think that's your best matchup. Either him or Hilaire. Hilaire is quick enough to get you with the routes. I think Abdul is physical enough to kind of put Nugget on his back hip. So I think those, but it wouldn't be D. Anderson, because when you play against tall receivers, they're usually lanky and they're not strong. And if you play underneath of them or you play through their hands, they're not good enough to get it. Now, if he has great strong hands, then yeah, that works. But if he doesn't, then it's a really easy. Tall people are not tall. People are actually really easy to guard unless they are high jumpers. If they're high jumpers, then you might as well just call it a wrap, bro. Might as well just call it a wrap.
I believe as well, people sleeping on big plays. I feel like this game he gonna have a big game because he hasn't been doing as well as he was last year. And something else that's gonna kill Jackson State is two of their defensive players are out because of targeting for the first half. But I think it's Cam and somebody else.
Cam is out, and I think a linebacker.
It's one more.
I think a linebacker is out. But this is my thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people are talking about Jackson State's DBs, but after Nugget, everybody else is a question mark. Nobody's a guarantee. Nobody, like, let's be real. Like, the blitzing allows them not to do too much, but if we're really being honest, after Nugget, it's a big drop off. It's a really big drop off. It's you have a legit lockdown corner, then everybody else is just, they're just there. They're just really taking up space. CJ Holmes, Al Young, Cam, Shiloh, like Shiloh's a hitter, but he's not a great cover guy. You know what I'm saying? So,
but
go ahead.
I believe what will kill Jackson State is if Shiloh tries to do all that big hitting like he did against Florida A&M, that might kill them against A&M's offense. Because if you notice, when A&M gets a lot of big catches or whatever, and most of the time they get at least 15 yards downfield or whatever. So I believe if they can handle Shiloh's hitting, because all the games I've seen them play this year, if he doesn't really wrap up, like he does that big hit, but if that big hit doesn't land, most of the people either go score a touchdown or get a first down.
We shall see. I appreciate the call, my guy.
What's your thing on A&M? I believe if they win this game, most likely they'll go to the SWAC championship, because I don't see Florida A&M challenging them for the only challenge I see on their season after that, it's Bama State because, like you said, they got a real good defense.
Yeah, I will have to flip that game, my guy. If let me say this, right? So if Alabama A&M beats Jackson State, the FAMU game becomes, I mean, like, you think this Jackson State game is big. The FAMU game is even bigger because now this FAMU's playing for their conference lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're literally playing for their conference life. So is Alabama A&M. So that game becomes humongous. And I think FAM can give Alabama A&M a run for their money, but offensively, for FAMU, you got to stop their run. FAMU, you have to stop the run because they got those two big backs or whatever. But if Alabama A&M wins, I don't think it's going to be a walk. Their October is still pretty tough, so I'm gonna leave it at that. But hey, appreciate the call, my guy.
All right.
Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, man, I was calling because I don't know what these kids are doing during the summer, but I've seen kids that I mean, during the summer, you're supposed to be practicing to get better for the fall. You know, I've seen like the quarterback play. I see the kid at Southern. He been there 4 years and can't throw. He can run but can't throw. Akil Glass, I'm watching him against Grambling. Man, he can't slide. He can't throw in the alleyway. He really don't bring nothing special to the table. And the offensive linemen at these schools, man, they can't kick step. They can't slide. They can't get in front of nobody. You're supposed to have. I can't blame that on the coaches because these kids got to take it up on themselves. If they plan on playing at the next level, they should be trying to get themselves better. And from what I'm seeing, they're not trying to get it better. I seen a kid get his adrenaline up to throw the ball downfield. Now he got to come check back down and throw a short intermediate route, and he can't do it. He don't even throw in the alleyway. All he got to do is slide his feet. He's 6'5" and getting balls blocked. You're not supposed to be standing up there like a Rosenberg. Man, you that young. You got to bring more to the table than a three-step back. You're already in the shotgun. Now let me give you my game prediction. I predict Jackson will win this game like 52-21 because that arena-style ball is built on our scoring teams. You know, if you fail to score and this team get the ball back and score, you in the hole. That's what happened to them against Grambling. Man, Grambling, most points Grambling scored was 16 points in the game. They put up 36 on Alabama A&M. The most they scored and Grambling is probably the 6 or 7 team in the SWAC.
So, you know, so can I ask you a question, Coach?
I just don't see this game being close.
Was it Alabama A&M's defense or was it Alabama A&M's offense that lost that game against Grambling?
What was Alabama A&M defense?
Was it?
It was the offense threw away. Well, you got to have the turnovers on offense. The turnover was generated on offense, but the defense didn't stop nobody.
Okay,
you know. And Jackson is a physical team, and Alabama is a finesse team. The arena football is built on outscoring the men, not stopping them, but outscoring them. And the way Manor has built his team is on that style. You cannot. Scotty, you got to have at least 60-40, something like that. You can't have 100% offense and no defense.
I mean, you can if it works. If it doesn't work, then it can't. Like, I know, is that it? No, I get what you're saying. It's not. Nobody wants to build a team like that. You know, let's be honest. Like, nobody wants to have a team that's pretty much the Kansas City Chiefs, where we just got to outscore you every time. You know what I'm saying? And my quarterback has to be great. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you. But when it works, it works. Yeah. When it doesn't work, it looks really bad.
And a lot of people looking at the Jackson State Delta State game. Now Delta State, the coaches that left Delta State went to Southeastern Louisiana. They went to Southeastern Louisiana, and they got more transfers on their team at Southeastern than in the school. And those coaches that came into Delta State, they took on the same philosophy. If you look at Delta State roster, man, they got more D1 transfers on their roster than what Jackson State had. If you bet these games, you can't just look at what the school is. You got to go look at that roster and see where these boys come from, see where they played at. You know, I knew Delta State was going to play a hard game against Jackson, but you can't look at that, man.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, no, I'm listening, Coach. I'm listening. My thing is this though, Coach.
Yeah.
It's if let me ask you this. Let me ask you this narrative, right? If Alabama A&M wins with the even though I know you got to win in, I know you got Jackson State winning 52-16 or whatever your score was. What does that say about what your philosophy is on an all offensive minded team?
Well, that shows me. Well, I tell you what, I can take a scratch out pitcher and win the World Series. That's the kind of offense you got to have if you just gonna have offense. I could take I don't know if you remember these guys. I know you're probably too young, but I could take a Dwight Gooden or somebody like that and win the pennant. Or I could take the big left-hander. I forget his name. Big left-hander boy for the Dodgers and win a pennant with. But really and truly, if Alabama A&M win this game, man, I ain't got no business trying to pick no football, no time.
But this is my thing. What? Let me ask you this: what would make if they attack anybody other than Nugget? Is that not a reasonable matchup with their receivers? I'm being real. I'm not trying because I feel like a lot of people are not taking into account of the matchups.
Jackson has some Nugget is a good defensive back.
I didn't say. I said
Now,
if you attack anybody.
If Minor is looking at, you watching film, man.
Listen, Coach.
Set your
Coach,
best
listen,
wide receiver up over there against Nugget. That'd be crazy. Because if I'm trying to score, I'm gonna make sure.
Coach.
Unless Deion just smart enough to run him over there, where they best wide receiver. But anyway,
Coach,
I'm not gonna line up.
Coach, listen. I'm not. I said if I throw at anybody other than Nugget, you're repeat. Listen, we already know what that is. Even if you line Nugget up on Abdul, who's Alabama, everybody wants this Alabama A&M's best receiver. You still have Zay. You still have Hilaire. You still have Juice. They have other matchups they can win. Explain to me other than the D line, because if you go matchup for matchup in receivers and corners, they have a great chance to make it work if they can block the front. So you can't. That's what I'm saying. As long if you can block the front,
exactly right. You're exactly right. But here's the thing that Deion is hoping.
Go ahead.
He's hoping his D line don't get his man time to pass.
Got you. I got you.
Yeah. And which I don't think he will have time to pass. You know, I don't think he will. That's my basis of Jackson State winning this game by such a large margin. I don't think Jackson State defense play from the whistle to the horn. You know, I've never seen them come on the field and didn't play from the whistle to the horn. Even in those games against Florida A&M, they started with Florida A&M. They ended with Alabama with Delta State. You know, they played from the whistle to the horn. I see them doing the same thing. I don't see them coming out there and taking off a quarter and letting Alabama A&M score points. I don't see them doing that.
But my thing is this: you go against a ULM team that can't throw the ball. They complete passes on you. You go against a Delta State team that pretty much ran the ball on you and threw the ball on you. You know, I don't want to say at a high level, but they were efficient. So my thing is this: if Alabama A&M really wanted to freak the game up, if they went 2 tight ends and if they went 1 tight end, 1 back, 2 receivers or 3 receivers, let me see, 1, 2, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. So if they went a 2-by-1 with a tight end and a running back, they could pick up a lot of Jackson State blitzes and then just work the receivers and see if that works. If the mindset,
if anything they do on offense will be a plus. But what you gonna do about the defense? I mean, what you gonna do about defense? Because they got to stop Jackson from scoring. I figure Jackson, even if say for instance, Alabama A&M is not gonna have control of time of the clock in the football game. Jackson's gonna have that.
How?
And Alabama A&M, they have got to score almost every time they get the ball.
How? They can't. Listen. Jackson State, as bad as Alabama A&M's defense is, Jackson State hasn't shown they can run the ball consistently. Now, if they get off on Alabama A&M, if they get off, everything we're talking about is hypothetical. If Alabama A&M gets off, if Jackson State gets off, if Jackson State gets off, then yes, you'll have a long day. You'll have a super long day, because if Jackson State can run the ball and they're not one dimensional, then you're playing with fire. But if they don't run the ball and they still are one dimensional, that helps. That helps a lot.
Right. But I'm depending on Shaquille to get a few yards himself. I'm not depending on Shaquille for what the boy named Glass for Alabama A&M to get any yards on with his feet. But I'm depending on Shaquille to get to have at least 30 or 40 yards rushing in that game.
Shador, that's his name. Shador.
Shador.
Yeah.
Shador. Sorry about that.
No,
Shador.
you're fine. Just Shador. Hey, but appreciate the call, Coach. All right, peace. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Yo.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Reese. Hey, Jackson State talking about some D.I. love. D.I. believe. No, y'all D.I. lost. Y'all lost. I'm not going to come up here and win. Y'all just not. Because one thing, Jackson State, they're going to play good in crowd noise. Y'all don't. And that crowd noise going to be on TV.
Okay.
Another thing, when they pull up on their hill, they see that sea of maroon and white, they're going to freeze up.
I mean, if I
There's two guys that's going to freeze them up. Us and
listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I was a wide receiver for Jackson State, I'll be asking my statistician, like, hey, make sure you keep every single stat, because I'm about to run it up. That I ain't even gonna hold you. If I was a wide receiver, if I was any offensive player on the Jackson State side of the ball, I'd be like, hey, coach, what's the most yards in the game? I'm getting that today. Like that's exactly how, but that would be my mindset. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I am such a I'm a wide receiver through and through. If I was playing this game, I would talk to Shador. I'm like, bro, if I don't go over 200 yards receiving, you didn't do your damn job at throwing me the ball, because I'm about to eat these Bamas. So it's no way that I see maroon and white and I freeze up. Ain't no way.
But this is the thing, though. They got these folks talking about Jackson State this, Jackson State that, Jackson State offense. Jackson State ain't finna do shit to A&M. Look, I'm talking to A&M players, and they ready. They is ready, and it's Monday. They say they are hungry for Jackson State. They are hungry. They say Grambling caught them slipping, but guess what? They ready for Jackson. And y'all calling out Coach Maynard like this man ain't an offensive genius. Like he's not gonna create a scheme to tell Jackson State defense up. Now, our defense also has shown improvement little by little, game by game.
Shit.
But this was where they really gonna have to step up. They don't step up. It's gonna be a long day.
You are listen. I call it Jackson State. Boy, you are delusional. You are delusional if you think they've been improving game by game. I haven't seen it. I ain't seen it. Not a lick.
So you tell me ain't no defense having hold ground to a lot of 3-and-outs that game.
Were you not watching the same game I was? Because I saw 30-something points got put up. I mean, that's not a lot of 3-and-outs to me.
Hey, that was because of turnovers. Grambling ain't good. They not good.
They good enough to beat you.
Got the best of it.
I'm confused. When they start putting columns, do they say, hey, we're going to put a win for Grambling, but we're going to say that they're not good? Like that's not how wins and losses work. You get served an L, you take your L, and you hold on to that. Like, hey, listen, you earned it fair and square. All right. I don't care if Grambling wasn't good, if they was bad, they was atrocious. They beat you. like beat you flat out.
And nothing hey, you might be right, but one thing I would tell you, SWAT football is gonna do what SWAT football does. Every week you just never know what you're gonna get.
Now that's
who know
fair.
what these SWAT refs are gonna do?
That's fair.
Who we don't even know.
That's fair. I will give you that.
So you know they be blind to some plays.
Sure enough, bro. Listen, Reese, I can give you that. If I don't give you nothing else on this phone call, I'll give you that. SWAC Saturdays are boy. Whoo, they get crazy. I can't lie, but
you be like, you look at the matchup on paper, and you think you might have a sure bet, but hey, You just never know.
Yeah, because I thought I had a sure bet too by going for Alabama A&M. I thought I had a sure bet. I lost money. Thanks a lot, Alabama A&M.
But look, it's okay, because guess what? We're going to treat you right when you get here on Friday. We're going to treat you right. We're going to get you a dub on Saturday. We're going to treat you right.
You don't know who I'm picking.
Then when you come back for classic,
You don't know who I'm picking. You don't know. Listen, I tell y'all all the time, I like Quincy. I like Akil. I like all that. But I like being right way more than any player in the SWAC. Do you understand what I'm saying? I like being right. And Alabama A&M made a fool of me. Made a fool of me on Saturday. I mean, I had to damn near make a video like of myself, literally clowning myself. I don't like that. So you listen, don't count your chickens and think I'm gonna pick y'all for real. I'm being dead ass on that one. Don't count your chickens because I'd rather be right than wrong any day. Do you hear me? I want you to feel that.
Yeah, that's definitely true. That's true.
Shoot. But hey, appreciate the call, Reese.
Oh yeah, one last thing.
Go ahead.
Somebody commented talking about some Jackson State fans gonna be 2/3 of the crowd. Wrong. Y'all fans don't want to show up like that. It's on that home side, it won't be a seat available. That way side gonna be looking empty.
Bro.
Y'all might well stay in Jackson with them potholes and watch it on TV.
Bro, listen.
Yeah.
Listen, Reese. I can't even give you that. I went to the Bethune game. It was nobody there.
But look, we don't travel.
So how you gonna talk about Jackson State? Y'all go to Grambling, it's like 3 people. And y'all go to Bethune, it's negative. It's parents. It's parents in the crowd. We was there. FAMU, Orange Blossom Classic, Jackson State in there. Southern Heritage Classic, man, God, dog, they had that junk packed. I mean, it was wall to wall packed out. Why y'all don't travel? Y'all do not travel.
We don't talk about some home games. Be nice.
Boy, Jackson State be in there. If they don't do nothing else, if they don't win, lose, draw, they're gonna be in there. They're gonna be. I gotta give them that now. I've been to some SWAC games. My SWAC hours have been coming up, so I've seen some stuff. So don't be out here just lying.
Oh yeah, SWAC hours don't count until the end of the season. You still don't have any SWAC hours.
No, I got them, and I'm telling you about your team. Appreciate it, Reese. With guns, in the Southern Heritage Classic, packing. I mean, strapped down, click, clack, hunting you down, man. God almighty. I'm just like, boy, y'all lying on that one. Flat out lying. Hey, caller, you loud. Talk to me.
Yo, what up, Scott? This is Kenny calling out of Jackson.
What's up, Kenny? Talk to me.
Hey, listen, man. I'm listening to the callers, man. That one guy, I didn't understand, like, when you asked him, you was like, so what did he say? What that dude say when the coach, he was like something about, he didn't want to answer when you said something. Damn, I forgot what you asked him.
The narrative?
I can't remember what you asked him.
Come on, narrative. If you guys, win or lose. Yeah.
And he just kept rambling, but I'm gonna be honest, man. Grambling won the game. Alabama A&M. I watched the game. Alabama A&M. They jumped out on Grambling pretty early. I said, "Damn, it's probably over." But Grambling kind of like took a time out, gathered themselves, and they did what Alabama A&M didn't think they were gonna do. It. They hit their ass in the mouth, and when they hit them, they kept hitting them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Alabama A&M thought that Grambling was gonna put up a fight. I thought, I think when they got up 14 points, they thought Grambling, they're gonna lay down. Well, they did. And people keep, don't get me wrong, Grambling is, well, they're not on paper a good team.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't been a good team. They haven't looked that good. But what I will give them though, I don't think Alabama A&M look past Grambling. How the hell can you look past about you ain't beat them in 4 years? When you haven't beaten them in a while. So I can't look past no team that I haven't beaten. I can't see a Kill Glass looking past Grambling for Jackson State because he's never beaten Grambling.
But nobody ever goes into a game like that. Let's be real. Like you you never really. I mean, do you want to get that monkey off your back? Of course you do. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be known as the kid that couldn't beat the bloop.
True, I agree with
it. You know what I'm saying? So, but nobody. I don't believe anybody goes into a game like that.
That's true. I feel you. I feel you on that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest though. I really think when Alabama A&M got up 14-0, they should have put Quincy Case in. I'm serious.
And what would that have done?
Well, the thing about it, the reason why I say that is it's a different quarterback. They got different styles. Quincy he can move. He can run. If you get back there on him, I believe Quincy will take off. Akil, he's not as fast, and that would have fucked Grambling defense up because they probably did not they probably had no kind of like scout report to play against Quincy. Their whole motto was Akil. That probably would have shook them up some.
But it's I mean
on defense. I might be wrong.
No, you're right. There's no scout report on Quincy. You're absolutely right. There is none. But at the same time, but why? Like if you like, let's be real. If you're the coach of Alabama A&M, you're Connell Maynard, or you're the coach, right? You're the guy, and you're up 14-0 from your all-world quarterback, right? And you come to me and say, "Hey, let's put Quincy Casey in." I'd be like, everybody's gonna be like, "Why?" Like, we're up 14-0. He's not playing bag. Why are you doing that?
Let me rephrase it because I phrased it wrong. Okay, let me rephrase it. I probably wouldn't have put him in after we got up 14-0, but after he got rattled, I thought we took him out for a minute because he was rattled. He was rattled. I've never seen a Kill Glass, get rattled like that. I've never seen him rattle. I've never seen him. I've seen him one time like that. He got rattled one time like that. But besides that, I've never seen him rattle. I do think the Jackson State and Alabama A&M game gonna be a real tough game. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a Jackson State fan, and I love my Tigers. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna give you both ways of it. Jackson State wins. If Jackson State wins this game, I think Jackson State defense, they're not all world, and I always tell you that. They're not all world. Shallow, I don't care for Shallow in the secondary. I really don't. I think Jackson State defense can make enough stops. You can't stop Alabama A&M. I'm not crazy. My fellow fans, they crazy. You can't stop them, but just to tame them, man. For Jackson State to win this game, bro, they offensive line gonna have to come alive. It ain't the receiver, it's the fucking offensive line. If the offensive line come alive, Jackson State got a real good chance to win because I do think Jackson State can move the ball against Alabama and the defense horrible. I think they can move the ball against them. But if they can run it, like you said a little while ago, if they can run it, they're gonna pass it. But if they can run it, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it would
open up so much.
Yeah, it won't be much of a like if you allow Jackson State to do whatever they want, running and passing, you just gonna lose the game. Like unless they don't score. Now this is the only thing that stopped. This is the only thing that Alabama A&M, if Jackson State gets it going, running and passing, but their red zone is not good. That's the only thing that would save you. If you make Jackson State kick field goals, that's a win. If you can make Jackson State kick field goals, that's a win. You just gotta take it as it is. That's a win.
And believe it or not, it go both ways. Because if you can make Alabama and kick field goals, that's a win.
That's a win. I agree. Yep.
That's a win. But like I said, man, with the receivers, I'm gonna be honest. Like you said, after Nugget, I totally agree. I would attack everybody but Nugget. I wouldn't go to him.
I wouldn't, man. Listen, I agree. If I was Coach Maynard, I would walk up to Nugget and say, "Young man, I respect your game. Just know you're not going to get thrown at." I would tell him off the, I'm not throwing you away. I'm not doing it.
He is not getting a PBU. He's not getting anything. You know what? Nugget won't even have a stat in this game. I wouldn't go that way. I'm going to C-Day home first, foremost. I'm going at him first. I'm going at Al Young, I don't give a damn who else. I don't give a damn who the other corners. I'm going to everybody else besides him. I'm definitely going to Shallow because I want to see some dance back there.
Yeah.
He wide-eyed. I'm going to him. I'm going to everybody else but Nugget.
No lie.
I don't know what the hell these folks talking about.
No lie.
Now, Isaiah Bowden, he
listen. I've seen him up close in person. Let me tell you this. He is every bit of 6'2". I will give you that. He's quick. He's quick, but he's grabby. That's the only thing that's the only thing that's wrong with Bowden. He's quick. He can move. He can turn his hips. He can run with you. He's grabby. And with SWAC refs, you don't know how effective is that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got a bad group that day, they're gonna light you up. If you got a group that's gonna let you play, Bowden is gonna be good to go. That's the only thing wrong with Bowden. He's just a little grabby. But other than that, he can turn with you, he can run with you. And I'm telling you, every bit of 6'2", every bit of it.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get off because you guys other people calling in. The only player outside of Glass, the receiver core wise, I don't know all of them by night. I get their names mixed up. I get them mixed up. But I'm gonna tell you the one dude that what's the receiver name? He's the best receiver they got.
Abdul Ibrahim.
Okay, he scares me. But I'm gonna tell you who the guy that really scares me the most. That number 2 guy in the slot. That's gonna be
Juice. Yeah. But see, this is I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let you go. If Jackson State used Warren Newman like Alabama A&M uses Juice, Warren Newman would have a all SWAC year. Real talk. They do not use him right.
If Jackson State don't figure out a way to cover that middle, number 2 is gonna have a world-class game. Because listen, if that boy get messed up on Miller, Lord have mercy.
Hey, appreciate the call, man.
If Thurman match Miller, I don't give a damn. If Thurman have any kind of fit, and I know he do, and I respect him, but if that man get messed up on Miller, any part of that game, somebody else would be fine. So that is listen, there is no reason for Miller to be messed up on number 2. Only person I want to see, they might want to take Miller out the game. I don't think Miller's gonna be.
No. You just don't listen. Listen. All you do with Miller is you keep him blitzing. You take him out of coverage and you just keep him blitzing. That's just, you just leave it at that. Just leave it at that. Hey, but I gotta let you go, man. Gotta let you go. I gotta let you go. Gotta let you go. Appreciate the call though.
Okay.
Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hello, Scott.
What's goody? Talk to me.
Let me turn my background down. All right. Yeah, man. So I was listening to callers earlier, and matter of fact, when I had talked to Blue Blood last week, I had asked him about the bye week, and I asked him what kind of advantage you think it will do for Jackson. And he said the only thing he's seen that would help is if Grambling play A&M tough. And my thinking now is, like I called in yesterday, I told you, like Grambling put the blueprint to deal with those receivers.
And what was that?
That offense.
What was that? Tell me the blueprint.
Saturday.
Tell me the blueprint.
Blueprint is just like the coach said today. He said you got to put pressure on. You got to put pressure on Glass.
That's any quarterback.
He liking it. Oh no, yeah, that's in the quarterback.
That's any quarterback.
He liking it to like having somebody shoot off the dribble. You know what I mean? Just making it a little tougher. And then, like I told you, they were buzzing them linebackers to cover them slants, the middle slants and stuff. So
I agree with you on that.
And them had to do something different.
But Jackson State doesn't play like that.
But if Grambling is showing you a successful way to deal with this offense
Jackson
that nobody
State
has
does not play
years.
like that. You're asking they do not play like that. They do not send their linebackers on buzzes. They play a man scheme. 90% of the time, the only time you might see somebody drop is a Houston or a Niles Gaddy to kind of change it up. Like they'll blitz, they'll do like a front side blitz, and then they'll drop the backside, or they'll blitz the front side, and that same front side DN would drop out to stop the quick hot route. That's it. They don't run the same scheme.
I get that. Only thing I'm saying is Grambling for the blueprint. Like I say, I know Jackson plays where they play, but I thought what Grambling did yesterday was was pretty genius.
What did they do?
I mean, they held A&M to under 30 points. What you think? You don't think so?
Well, I agree they did their job. My whole point is what is the blueprint? Like it's like your blueprint that you're talking about.
Listen, the blueprint was, to me, you put pressure, you rush put pressure on glass, and like I said, you stunt your linebackers. Like, you have them covering them short routes and make a kill. Look at his first, second, then his third read. Like, don't make it easy for him. And then, like I said, they were switching up coverages. And then, like, toward the third quarter, the cornerback started cheating on,
I do agree with you on that. They just sat. They sat heavy. They didn't even backpedal most times.
Right, but like I say, the main point is you got to put pressure on glass and do what you do. But another thing, you would agree that the athletes on Jackson State is a little better than Grambling, right?
In what aspect?
As far as let's just talk about the defensive line. To me, the James Houston is gonna have a big part in this game. You say, and I agree with you, Jackson rarely sends 3 or 4 players, but I think James Houston can get pressure. If they send 4, I think James Houston can get pressure. I think
James Houston is the best player on your team. And next to Nugget and James Houston are your 2 best players, period, hands down. So
I agree. Right.
So you gotta, if anybody you need to block, you gotta block. You gotta, if anybody you need to identify on the line. So this is how it breaks down for me. It goes Nugget, Houston, Coinus. I like Keontae more than Aubrey because he's more versatile. Aubrey is like a runaway train, but he only can do one thing really well. Like, he doesn't really work in coverage and space, but Keontae's slim enough to get out, cover running backs, cover tight ends. So if I went like best players, like, it will go, and this is my personal opinion, it will go Nugget, Houston, Coinus, Keontae, Cam, Shiloh. That would be how I would do like the defensive players like I like. Go ahead.
Okay. Hey, then let me ask you this. Cause I hear a lot of people talking about shallow coverage skills. Is it a game you can point me to where he just got destroyed?
Oh, yeah, Dante Moore killed him. Number 1, killed him. And Delta State murdered him. The tight end, yes, State? Yep. Killed number 1, killed him when he went one-on-one. Because hold on. Yes. Yeah, you're asking me. I'm telling you. Number 1 was killing.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. The number 1 was killing your corner and Shiloh when he got him. The tight end at Tennessee State killed him. But at the same time, though, Shiloh, they protect Shiloh a lot because they leave him up high. They don't really, when they ever
you're a free safety, right?
He's okay. I'll give you that. He's supposed to be a strong. He's not really he's not a free cover man, but whatever. I'll give you that.
Definitely, Cam is strong, but okay, yeah, I got your point.
Neither one. They're both like interchangeable strong safeties. They're no true. They don't have a true free safety. That like Cam is not a free safety and Shiloh's not a free safety because Shiloh's feet is not good enough to be a free safety. He doesn't play the ball very well in the air. He can't really turn his hips like that. That's why they moved him from corner to safety at South Carolina, and then that's why they keep him there because his feet's not good. But anyway, at the same,
and you don't like you. Go ahead, my fault.
No, you're good. Go ahead. Ask your question.
All right, and you don't like Wiggins or Al Young.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they're not good. They will start on any other team, like any other team in the SWAC. They'll start. I'm just saying from Nuggets caliber, they can be good. Right, that's all I'm saying. Like Nugget, you might out of 5 throws, you might get 1, maybe 1. With the other guys, you might get 3 out of 5. You might get 2 out of 5. It's just it's not at the same level as Nugget. That's all I'm saying. So they can get got. If Nugget gets got, I would be very surprised, or he must have slipped. They must have pick routed him or something like that. Because man on man, no, Nugget is that dude. Nugget is that guy. So all I'm saying is, as a corner, as a receiver, and I play that position, Nugget's not a guy I want to be lined up every day on because I know it's going to be a tough matchup. 1, it's going to be a tough matchup. 2, quarterbacks are not going to want to throw to me because of him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
And look, last thing with the Delta State game. So you thought Delta State did the best job against Jackson defense?
Personally, yeah. I mean, they scored the most points. That's how that works.
They did. But okay, like I know you like to go back and look at the games and stuff, right? So the only points, and like I say, you give them credit, but it was 2 big plays. If you take those 2 big plays, that bomb that was thrown on the sideline.
Are we doing ifs?
That was against.
We doing ifs?
That was against a 4. Go ahead. No.
You sound like we're doing ifs.
No, I ain't saying no.
You are. You're making an
What I'm
excuse.
saying,
You're making an excuse.
If you take those, nah, it ain't no excuse.
It is.
I'm just giving you facts.
No, it's not a fact. It's not a
was-
fact because it happened. You can't say if you take away, it happened. If your defense is that great, it doesn't happen. 66-yard run does not happen. A bomb does not happen. Like that's how that works.
Well, let's keep all that included. They ain't passed. They went 12 or 33 passes for 91 yards. Is that good?
I don't think so.
33.
I don't think so.
That's horrible.
Okay.
Yeah, that's horrible. That ain't even 50%.
Okay.
Rushing, they read about 30 times. Well, the rushing wasn't even bad. That was, the 146 yards with 30 carry. That ain't bad. But like I say, that's the best job against the defense. Like, my whole thing, like the dude
But they
called
scored
3-4 calls ago.
But you guys would love to have their rushing production on your side of the ball. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Okay. So it happened. Like you got to call a spade a spade. It happened. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys can't run the ball. They ran the ball very well. That's what happens. It should have 60. I don't care if it's the second team. I don't care. First of all, I don't know why a third and fourth squad is in the game when you're only up 17 points. You act like y'all was up 40. Like I can respect South Carolina State putting their backups in. It was 42-7 in the third quarter. Okay, yeah, hey, let's get some backups in here. Let's okay, cool. You guys were up 17-0 and you act like y'all had the game on lock, and then they came back on you. Then you looking crazy, and they one throw away from winning the game. Like that's not how that works. So I can't give you. If you want to talk about the game and their lack of production, that I'll give you that. But they scored. Okay. They made. Listen, they made the plays they needed to make the game competitive.
I got you. That's all I wanted, though.
No problem, Ryan. Appreciate the call, my guys, always.
You know it.
Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
What up, dog?
What's good? What's your name? Where you calling from?
The Truth.
What's up, Truth? Talk to me.
Yeah. I'm gonna put this shit out real quick. You know you my boy, right?
You my boy, Blue. You about to mess me up. When somebody starts a conversation like that, you're like, hey, but I don't fuck with you on this one. I can't fuck with you on this.
I'm with you, dog. I'm with you. I'm with everything you're saying, right? But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, this thing's gonna look different, dog. Offense gonna look different. Defense gonna look different. And the reason why I say that, man, I'm just gonna put it like this: Jack State gonna win 40-21.
40-21. Okay. And give me the player of the game. Give me a stat line. Give me a stat line. Give me your offensive and your passing stat line and a rushing stat line. Give me that.
Shadur gonna throw for 350 yards.
Okay. How many touchdowns?
He gonna have four touchdowns.
Okay. And rushing?
And rushing, we're gonna get 150 yards.
Okay. So a 500-yard production. Okay. That's pretty much 500 yards.
I'm gonna see you at the game, sir.
Hey, you gonna see you and I'm gonna be on the field with you because I know you like to. I'm gonna be on the field with you.
I'm gonna see you Saturday, big home.
All right, too easy.
Right.
Hey, what's up, B? Talk to me.
What up, Mr. OFFScript?
What's good? Talk to me.
I'm trying to be good. So, hey, just like the Incredible Hulk, I'm trying to keep who that, you know what I'm saying, contained in the inside. So, I got a couple questions now.
Go ahead.
So, I know Wild and I Wednesday coming up.
Yes, sir.
So, I might, you know what I'm saying, I need a little help, man. I need some topics, a little comedy from the, the audience. That if they want who that, to come through. And another question I got is, can I narrate one of your movies? I think that shit that'll be hilarious. you can ponder on that some. You can ponder on that for a little bit. Let me go on down the list. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, this one comment I got to say. It don't matter if your defense or if you think your defense is all world. Defense can be exposed just like offenses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Jackson State and Alabama A&M, me being, as I always say, outside of looking in, A&M offense, Jackson State both got offense. Jackson State do got a defense, whereas Alabama A&M, their defense is, they got guys on the field, let's just say it like this.
Mm-hmm.
And they can step up. I mean, we've seen it, they can play a little bit better than what they are. But I think they're going to get there. And like with Saturday game coming, even though it's going to be a big game, A&M, I think they can hold Jackson State. But if Jackson State can't hold A&M, meaning A&M have a well balanced, and both of them going to have to really do the same thing on offense, they're going to have to use their running back. All right? It ain't no one way around there for both teams
Mm-hmm.
in order to beat each other. A&M use they running back out the backfield a lot, throwing those passes.
A lot.
But they're going to have to run him to keep Jackson State off balance, as well as like a lot of people were saying that you're going to have to use your tight end.
Yeah.
You're going to have to mix a couple plays in there on different drives, to keep them off balance with your tight end. The same goal for both teams. It's just which one of those two teams that's going to be coached well enough to come out as victors come Saturday. Now, the only thing I do see is A&M just took a butt whipping. And like I told my homeboy, Jackson State fan, which locker room would you rather be in? Deion or Coach Maynard?
Coach Maynard. Easy.
I would not want to be in a Coach Maynard locker room after a butt whipping. That's just hands down.
I would.
That's just me.
I would.
You would?
Mm-hmm. Because I feel like with Maynard, and this is my personal opinion, I don't know Maynard from one side to the other. I don't know Deion like that. You put Jackson State in that same situation with Grambling. I feel like I just don't like the atmosphere. I like watching the documentary left a really bad taste in my mouth on Deion's coaching style. That's what really left a bad taste in my mouth on that aspect. So I don't know. Coach Maynard I feel like Coach Maynard could get on you without demeaning you, if you get what I'm saying,
and motivate you at the same time.
Motivate you at the same time, like a McNair. Like I feel like a McNair situation.
Yeah.
Like you get your butt whooped by McNair. I think McNair is going to come down on you, but at the same time, it's for the better. I think when Deion does it, it just comes off as so condescending, and that documentary really just. I mean, you blaming the players. Like it's just stuff I don't like it. As a coach, I do not like that. I've coached kids before. I don't like that. So if I was going to get beat bad by a team, I would take a Maynard, anybody other than Deion to be in my locker room, because I don't feel they will go the same way. That's just, now people can say, oh, that's Deion's expectations and all that. But there's a way. You can't tell me they're kids on one aspect and then tell me, oh, they're this or they're that. You know what I'm saying? And Deion doesn't cuss, by the way. He doesn't cuss. So somebody said Coach Maynard doesn't cuss. Deion doesn't cuss as well. So it's not cussing. My mom doesn't cuss, but she can make you feel real small. Like, trust me. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to cuss to make somebody feel bad. But that's me. But that's my opinion. But go ahead.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real with you all and the audience. So I agree with everything you said. The difference between Deion and Coach Maynard and coaching style and everything. Just like you just said about your mom don't cuss. I get on here and joke around. My dad was a preacher. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, I didn't grow up cussing or nothing like that. So with that being said, I understand it. It's a difference how to groom a young man, okay, mm-hmm. in a sense. And even though you're coaching them football, it's still a way that you can groom them to or get your point across and make them feel, you know, even though it's a lot of kids that not the best on the field, but hey, you say the right thing to them, they'll go out there and get they all for you.
Facts.
And so, but if you say the wrong thing, just like you said, if you demean a person, then especially the coach, they done lost all faith or everything, you know, with you. They can't trust you, or they have hard feelings against you. Let's just put it like this. And I called in early and said, a while ago, and said that one of the things we all have to look at and see is how Deion handled those different attitudes. Because, like you said, the guy that you met, man, he a grown man.
Mm-hmm.
Man, hey, that's what they see themselves as. But is their mind mature enough? So he has to understand that. And when you're mentoring and guiding him, he's the coach. It's a lot of problems that he's going to come across, but you can't blow those guys off. So I'm not saying that that's him, but hey, as it come off, you know, like I said, it's a lot of guys that he got to deal with. And you can't pawn them off on your assistant coaches. You know, all of them came to play for you, so they're going to expect some kind of conversation or relationship, in a sense, with him.
Yeah.
As well as Maynard. Now, as a coach, you're going to try to have a relationship as many of them as you can. But hey, that's another conversation. I got some more stuff off script.
Get to it, please. I got a lot of people on hold. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I don't think, at the end of the day, I think, you know, it's going to be a good game. And basically, I'm going to be on, you know, have two to three devices watching 2 to 3 games at a time, since, you know, the SWAC and schedule like 3 games at the same time. But honestly, I know, like I said, I know I joke, but Malcolm do mean well. And when he do talk, like, I know we laugh and joke, but he do mean well. And I understand a lot of stuff that he's saying. But he does have the tendency, just like I do, especially if I had a beer or two, to go left. And you get off subject and whatnot. But at the end of the day, like you say, you got other callers, man. I want to hear the other caller come in. Y'all people stay tuned. Mr. Who that nigga on that? Nad will be coming in Wednesday. If you want to hear anything, any kind of comedy, you just let me know.
Hey,
y'all have a good one.
All right, man. All right, so I can't stand comments like this, right? I really can't, because these are the same Bamas that will say, oh, if Prime offends you in the locker room, you would never make it in the pro locker room. Well, then you can't call these kids. Like, that's my only thing. If you're gonna call them grown, then okay, cool. I don't care. Like, my coach cussed, like, whatever. I don't care. Like, that's your prerogative. My issue is when you're in public, you'll say, oh, but these kids need it, and our kids need it, and these kids need. Then treat them like the kids you're talking about. Treat them like the kids you're talking about. Not every coach, not every kid responds to the same way. That's called great coaching. When you know how to get something out of each player. Some players don't respond to you yelling at them. Sometimes you need to walk up to them and say, hey man, you know, hey, you need to do better here. And you can still get on. It's all about how you approach stuff. So my problem with this statement is that you're making it is it a college locker room full of kids, or is this a pro locker room? Let me know. Because you can't have it both ways. That's my only issue with that. Can't have it both ways. Simple as that. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Yeah, this is Melvin from Texas.
What's up, Melvin? Talk to me.
Yeah, I want to talk about the game. I feel that Alabama A&M, they got a good offense, but Glass and the Alabama offense has not been as good as they've been in the spring. If you look at the game in the spring, they beat South Carolina State 31-7. They struggled with them in the fall. They're not going to have the opportunity to get his second and third reads. Then I'm seeing a lot of these Alabama A&M fans calling in about supporting their team. They don't go to no football game. The only game they go to is the Mad City Classic. They're not going to sell out that stadium, and it barely holds 20,000. They would not sell out that stadium.
What does that have to do with the game?
I had friends that have went to school there, that had kids that played there.
they don't travel, they don't go to the game.
What
But
does
I
that have to
think
do with the game?
the 4-pack to me was Grambling, Jackson State, FAMU, and Alabama State. I think they're going to struggle in all 4 of those games.
Oh, okay, that's fair. I mean, that's your opinion. That's fair.
And I really believe that they were going to only win one of those 4-packs.
Okay.
Because I don't think he's going to have the opportunity to get his second and third reads in.
Okay.
And I think their offense going to make Jackson State offense look good. I mean, their defense going to make Jackson State offense look good.
Okay.
And they have been struggling all year.
That makes sense.
So that's what I think will happen in the game. I think they're going to make Jackson State offense look good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Jackson State going to be able to stop their offense
Mm-hmm.
enough to win the game.
Okay. I appreciate the call, my guy.
All right, thank you.
Once again, this is my issue. You can't tell me you're going to find, like, bro, you're not going to find 50 kids that are all strong-minded kids. You're getting 50 kids from all walks and ways of life. You cannot treat them as one machine. It's not the military. You cannot do that. That's not coaching. And you can't call yourself a Christian as well and do that. Can we talk about that? You can't call yourself a Christian if you do that. So you're telling me that if you call yourself a Christian, like that's what you say. Oh, God put me here. I'm blessing this. I'm blessing that. Well, if that's the case, you can't cover God. Does, as you love, you're supposed to love people as Christ. You love people as they need to be loved. You show people that the Christ-like love. What are we talking about? There's no way you can treat everybody the same. You love people according to how they need to. Like, what are we doing here, though? Like, so you can't, what? If we're talking about Jesus chastised, oh man, we're getting way off topic, but I'm gonna get with you on that. Jesus chastised because of the fact of the matter that people were doing wrong in the synagogue when he went there. That's when Jesus chastised. But Jesus always talked in parables. Jesus comes to you as a gentleman. If you want to talk, we can get there. We can get there. Okay. Oh my God, my girl's being real churchy right now, right? Jesus comes to you as a gentleman. All right, so let's not act like that's not how he comes to you. All right, so let's not do that. Jesus chastised. Stop. No. Let's not.
Church say amen. Amen, baby.
All right, so let's not. All right, let's not and say we did. Let's not and say we did. I'm not saying there's a perfect Christian. I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the people who are saying that, oh, the kids are weak-minded, that's not, no, you're not going to get 50 kids that are all think the same. That's not possible. All right. He makes it church. In the documentary, he has CJ Holmes praying. What are you talking about? What are we talking about? Come on, like this is asinine. If you watched the documentary, he literally says, hey, CJ Holmes, open us in prayer. Hey, such and such, close us out in prayer. I did not do that. He did. Okay. So my point is this. At the end of the day, my point is this. It's simple as that. That you can't treat everybody the same. All right. So that's my only thing. Y'all can talk about however you want it. You can flip it however you want it. I don't give a damn how y'all look at it. I'm responding to what people said in the comments. Y'all said, I'm getting rid of weak-minded kids. They're not weak-minded kids. You just got to coach. You have to coach to how they respond. And if it's not you, then it should be your positional coaches that doing that. If you can't reach them, it should be your positional coaches. But there should be a coach on there that can reach that kid in any form or fashion. But we'll take it there. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
There should be a coach there that can reach that kid in.
My bad, Scott. I had to turn down my
you're
background.
fine.
Appreciate you for taking my call.
No, no problem.
Let's get back on subject with the Jackson State and Alabama A&M game. I think it'll be a beautifully orchestrated dance come this Saturday.
Okay.
But how Grambling defense played, I think the defensive tackles were the superheroes of that game.
Mm-hmm.
Those defensive tackles were able to get in Mr. Gladd's face and shake him up. It wasn't so much what everyone else did. It was so much those defensive tackles.
I think they did a phenomenal job in beating the line and getting in Glass face and shaking him up. My X factor will be Lotto if he gets a chance to play Saturday. I think he'll be a huge difference maker in the Alabama A&M game. So I'm looking for a very good game. I'm not looking for a blowout. I'm not looking for, 500 yards pass, but I'm looking for a very, very good, hard-fought game Saturday.
Yeah, I'll take that. I mean, win or lose on either side, I'll take a full, just a great game, back and forth scoring or back and forth stops, which I don't think Alabama A&M is doing it, but I don't think Alabama is going to do something like that. But I'll take it. Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I'll take a well-played game, just scoring back and forth or real strategic or adjustments and all that. I'll take that.
It'll be a beautiful dance, but the Jackson State defensive tackles must play like their hair is on fire. Houston will do his thing, but those two big monsters in the front must do their thing if they plan on winning this game. Because if not, then it'll be another 56 points like it was in the spring.
That's true.
That guy must win the game.
He has to. He has to be great. Akil has to be great. Hey, appreciate the call.
Okay. And then Jackson State must run the ball. But
if they
Lotto will be the X factor.
Okay. Hey, appreciate the call, my guy.
Yes, sir.
All right. Listen. Once again, I don't anybody can sign off at any point in time. If you don't like me going off subject, it's called OFFScript for a reason. All right. So move your happy ass on. Kurt Franklin cussed his son out. That's a part of not being a perfect Christian, correct? That's how that works. So there's forgiveness in that. So you're not making a point. Try again. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, man, it's Wilson. Hey, just real quick on J State on the game. I mean, everybody know a Nugget is going to make it real hard on the rest of them cornerbacks because, like you said, there's no reason to go that way unless you're looking to get a pick this game.
Facts.
It just ain't no reason for that. So the rest of them boys gonna have to ball up. They're gonna have to ball up. Stops when they matter the most. That's it.
But also,
right?
Hold on. But also, the stops you get, that's cool. But you got to flip the field. That's what Alabama A&M couldn't. That's what Alabama A&M could never do. They couldn't flip the field. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
true. No, I mean, yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm here and there because I was like, hey, we can't have no mistakes on special teams, right? So Newman, hey man, if the ball's inside the 10, get away, get in the other zip code. And you know what I'm saying? And just need him to do stuff that makes sense. He's explosive, but we need him to show up on special teams. Can't have no mistakes on special teams. And then, hey, we get the best thing is the defense needs to stay rested, and we got to keep, Shador got to get first down. You know what I'm saying? He got to keep Glass off the field. To me, that's really where you're gonna win. We got to get our stops when we need them, and we got to keep Glass off the field.
Okay,
right.
That's fair.
Because I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. So to me, it's almost like watching the Ravens in the early 2000s when the defense coming out, knowing they get feeling like they got to hold teams below 14 because the O can't score. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So obviously we ain't gonna hold them that much, but we got to keep them off the field as long as we can, and we got to get stops when we need them. And then we can't get no targeting. Last couple of games we actually got some. We are not deep on defense. We tight on defense, but we not deep.
That's I 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you on that.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to, technique, can't have no targeting calls. And then too, now here's where, you give me all the time. I say, I know you say, hey, you got to give coaches credit. And there, I think it's about 64 to 70-30 on that. But to me, coaching's gonna shine through, right? After the halftime, for whatever reason, and it's crazy because the DNA of Jackson State when we had Gordon and Carson and all those guys was we were always a mid third quarter, fourth quarter team because we can make adjustments and defense didn't get tired. Right? So right now we got a defense coming back around, but we don't adjust worth a damn. Right? So we got to make some adjustments because Cordell Mayn's gonna coach. And Quill Glass is a senior. you're only going to show him the same thing so many times before he either get lucky or be good. Either way, if he score when he need to, it don't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's really the only thing, man. And then look, just on the rest of that stuff with, I'm with you. Like, the only thing is, like, people forget, we don't know them kids really. I say the collective we, some of them might know first, and we not in their locker room. There's a certain amount of things, like you said, that I see on there that really kind of is a turn off to me, just as a leader, period.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, you gotta, as a coach, coaching, like teaching, like leadership. My job is, I recruited you for a reason. I didn't recruit you to come and not get the best out of you. If my job is to, and we say our job is to get these kids to the NFL or to get them to be the best place of life. The only way we're going to get that is to get the best out of them. Right. That's why, every time somebody messes up, you can't pull them out the game and all, because you got to build up their confidence. You got to see how they're going to respond there versus give them the opportunity to work through it. Right. So that's my only thing. I mean, I don't know how he handled it. I don't know why these cats leave. It's something to be said about being able to work through stuff in your own way. But that just kind of is what it is. I think everybody needs to remember, man, at the end of the day, a bunch of folks on here just talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, few people that actually played, few people actually even pay their alumni dues and all that kind of stuff.
When it comes, listen, like, once again, like, I just said the turnoff was me. My turnoff with Dion from the documentary was simply saying, like, how when things didn't go their way, how he would blame the kids in the, like, oh, we're calling this and they're not doing that and stuff. Like, to me, that's not necessary. Like, what I'm saying?
Man,
that's the only thing, like, because everybody go ahead.
My bad.
No, go ahead.
It felt a little last dance to me, right? It felt a little grandiose / the spotlight's on me. I ain't gonna lie. You
know what I'm saying? So it is what it. Like I said, so like you said, some people can handle it, some people can, and that's their right. If they feel like, hey, I can't do, I don't agree with this, you leave. If you feel you can, you stay. It's just, that's life. That's a job. That's whatever you do. Like, I have these people who work a job, they don't like their boss. What do? They quit. But they but they want these kids to stay and stay underneath coaches they don't agree with. It's no different. It's no different. You know what I'm saying? So what we talking about? You're quick to down a kid for not competing, but you want to compete for a supervisor spot. You want to compete against your next coworker, but you like, oh no, I deserve that job. Did you? Did you really? So you know what I'm saying? Little stuff like that. But people won't talk about that. But they'll throw kids under the bus real quick. But we don't talk about that.
Yeah, that's facts. Hey, look, my last thing, I'm gonna be out, because I gotta let you get to your callers. Hey, look, bro, I'm gonna let you know. Whatever your swag hours are, me and my wife, the other night when you chatting with Tiffany, that's my wife, we watching the show.
Yes, sir.
And look, it's been a while because I'm in the military, we travel. To talk to somebody, even know something about swag ball. Every now and again you catch about went to a swag school, but they show up for the band and they leave at halftime. So I thoroughly enjoy just being able to listen to folks who know what they're talking about, can say it with some humor, and can, not be sensitive about it from time to time. So, keep doing it, man.
Hey, appreciate you guys. And I thank you for your service. I'm prior service as well. What are you in? You Navy, Army? What you?
I'm Army, man.
Oh, Hood, let's get it. Come on, man. Hood, let's get it. Come on.
Thanks you RTC. Right, so
That's what's up, man. Appreciate your service for real, for real.
All right, man. Take care.
You too.
Appreciate you.
Peace. Oh. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to you.
Hey, what's up, OFFScript? Let me cut this down.
Yeah.
What's going on, brother?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm all right, man. Hey, man, my man that just went off there, man. He's right, man. A lot of people getting on there just talking, don't know. Some of them don't know what the hell they talking about. But the whole thing is, man, if Jackson State don't get a running game and they don't get their front line ready to go, they're gonna be in trouble, bro. I don't care who they playing. They've been skiing by certain teams, man. I've been watching these games and I'm seeing, hey, man, if you don't get their front line together to protect that young man back there in the backfield, because he's a pocket passer, you're gonna be in trouble. I don't care what team they play. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And if Jackson State don't come out of that 3 under, they're gonna be hurt.
Because listen, if now from now, let me, the guy who called in earlier, his name was The Truth. Now, when I tell you he's very well connected, he's very well connected to Jackson State. Like, so when he tells me it's going to look different, I somewhat believe him. Because if you do that, I don't care what nobody says, and people on here can say whatever if you do that same man cover zero blitz you do, or man one high, and you that rover, however you want to do with Shiloh.
Yeah.
Kill will
that's
pick.
a 3 under. That's what that's called. That's a 3 under. That's a 3 under man.
Come on, man.
That's a 3 under man.
Over.
Shiloh running like a zone coverage type deal.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing that's gonna really hurt Shiloh is his tackling skills. See, he can get there. He gets there, but you got to know how to tackle, man. You got to wrap up, squeeze. You got to wrap up and squeeze. You can't hit somebody and then think that's gonna be enough. You hit them so hard.
Yeah.
No, these guys can spin off you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, man, I've been playing football a long time, bro. And a lot of stuff that I've seen out there, okay, Dion, you're a corner man. Your corner's been doing great. But some of them been getting burnt, and they just haven't been getting exposed.
That's true. Even in the ULM
You see
game,
what I'm
they caught him with a wheel route. I mean, wide open. You know, he missed the pass. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Delta State.
Missed the pass.
Yeah, number one was they was working that boy.
Exactly. But they was wide open, bro.
Yeah.
Now, why are they wide open? Because you're playing a 3 under, or you're playing a 3 over man. You playing man to man in the wrong area of the field. You don't play certain. You got to change your coverages in certain parts of the field. And you in the red zone, you cannot do nothing but play man zone. Like, it's like you can't be in the. You got to be in the area.
No, I agree.
You understand what I'm saying?
I agree, but
you got to be in the area.
But let me ask you this:
you got to watch this. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this: so, are you playing it based off your ability? Because I take that back to Shedeur, because everybody talks about how bad the offense is, but I said, can Shedeur handle more? You know what I'm saying? So because I'll give you a good example, right? The Dallas Cowboys. I'm a Cowboys fan, love them to death. They try to do a zone scheme with the previous D coordinator. We didn't have a lot of zone corners. We didn't play it well. Now they go to a more man scheme. It works well because we have more man corners. So my question to you is do they run a lot more man because the corners they have feel more comfortable in that system?
I feel that they run it man because it is working.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I feel they running that defense that power, like when I was coaching, man, I would run a monster defense. Both of my outside linebackers, either one or both will always blitz. Somebody's blitzing.
Mm-hmm.
And my safety, I would use my safety. I bring my safety up to cover the tight end, my free safety. I bring my free safety over the tight, and this is explaining to some people that don't know what a free safety does.
Mm-hmm.
A free safety covers the tight end, running back, quarterback.
So did
you see the breakdown?
So he reads down.
Tight
so
end.
He goes tight end. If the tight end stays, he goes to the running back. If the running back stays, he goes quarterback.
Exactly.
Got you.
Because that's the free safety.
Got you.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm
You
listening.
use him either as a linebacker or you use him free. You can drop him back. You can use two safeties up back, but you can bring him up close. You can walk him up. You can send him. You see what I'm saying?
So where's your strong
Jackson
at?
They have to change up they schemes more than once. They can't use the same thing because that boy Glass, man, he may have fumbled the ball a little bit this past game. But that man ain't gonna keep on making them type of mistakes, man.
Mm-hmm.
If he even though he's a 4-year quarterback, this, that, and the other, like people were saying, but he's gonna see certain stuff, man, and he's gonna recognize it, and then he's gonna hurt you.
Okay, so let me ask you this:
and I'm a Jackson State fan.
In your defensive setup, where's your strong at? You got your blitzing your linebackers. Your free is reading tight end to running back to QB. Where's your strong at?
Okay, if you're running a strong, why is the strong name strong?
Is it more like a linebacker? It's like a outside, like an extra linebacker.
He's an extra linebacker, but he's always to the what side?
Strong side.
The strong side. So their strongest guy is their strongest side. That's what they run it to. So it's almost like you hide him and then put that man over on double coverage. But he also, the strong safety, can't let nothing get behind him. And Shadir has been doing that. He's been letting stuff get behind him. Why? Because he's so eager to go in and try to make tackles on running backs. And your job is to what? Cover.
But I think even, okay, so that's your scheme. But with their scheme, I've seen a lot of times that Shiloh is playing a single high. Like we said, Rover, because he's not good enough to, if you put Shiloh man-to-man on somebody, that's where you should go. Point blank, period. If he ever goes man-to-man on anybody, especially the tight end, because that's usually where he's going. He's coming down on the tight end. That's where you should go. My question is if they're hiding him like that and they're usually bringing Cam down, you know what I'm saying? That's the best benefit for him, because all he has to do, like you said, he's really much roaming for the big hit. That's literally what he's doing.
Exactly, but you got to remember also, if you run in a 3-man or three under, if you run in a 3 over or a 3 under, let's say you run in a 3 over. A 3 over is you releasing them to who? You releasing your man to the safety, or you releasing your man inside to the linebackers. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to follow your man. Your receiver is cutting across your face, and you're taking him over into the area where your linebacker is. Your linebacker has to know his job. But JSU blitz so much that the linebacker has in his mind that I am blitzing. So they don't think about the coverage.
So
you see what I'm saying? So they thinking more blitz than worrying about the coverage that's coming across that middle, man. And that's why they've been getting picked apart up in there.
But this is how they usually set it up, though. They set it, if we're being honest, they kind of set it up for an alleyway for Shiloh. That's what they're setting it up for. They try to set it up for an alleyway for Shiloh just to come down and clean up whatever else comes that way, because they're on their outside hip. So so they can't go to the outside. They bring it inside because that's where their help is with Shiloh, and they're literally like they're like, how you say, like, you're trying to underhand it to Shiloh to make him clean it up. And that's usually what he does. He comes in and bang, bang.
He usually clean it up, but also remember that the safety's job first is ball, not man. You see what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this.
All safety's jobs first is ball, not man. You play to the ball, not to the man. The safety job is to play to the ball. If that ball go in the air, you go get it. You just like a receiver.
But that's not his strong suit. That's definitely not.
That's exactly what I was just telling you. That's what I'm saying. If he don't get that skill set, man, that's gonna kill him. It's gonna hurt him.
My last question before I let you go: if you are Maynard, right, and they go and they go 3 under consistently, or let's say they change it up, but let's just stick with the 3 under, and you still going 5 wide, where are you going with the ball? Because I know you're not going at nugget. You're not. I know you're not throwing that way at all. So what are you doing with the ball?
If they going, if Jackson State going 5 wide.
No. I'm talking about. I said Alabama A&M's going 5 wide. Jackson State's doing that 3 under. Where are you going with where? If you're Coach Maynard, where are you telling Akil to go with the ball?
Oh, okay. I'm telling Akil to go with the ball, go to the ball on quickie slants and out routes.
Okay.
And these quickie slants gonna be inside. Why? Because we blitzing. If you blitzing, you hitting quick slants in the middle. Shadir is gonna be trying to play one side. So you take the side, you watch where he is, and your opposite side is where you hit the pass for the slant.
Okay.
So you got to play the safety for what he is, and then you got, like we said before, if you don't use the tight ends, then you'll have a problem.
Okay.
Tight ends are very, very important, man.
Yeah. Okay. This is my thing. Hold before I let you go, right? Because I don't agree with people. I don't agree with people are telling me right here in these comments. They're saying Maynard can't go 5 wide. I disagree. I totally disagree, because
I disagree too.
You can go 5 wide, because just listen, if you look at it's the same concept. If when Jackson State goes 5 wide, ULM they dropped 8 because they trust their D line to get there. So they had 8 in coverage, but they were still blitzing. They still zone blitz. They still did all that. So you can go 5 wide, even if Jackson State goes 5. They blitz all 5 or blitz 6. You can still go 5 wide. That doesn't it doesn't make sense that you're telling me I can't go 5 wide when I know I got an extra guy in the back. Or even if I go 4 and I leave my running back in, it still technically could be 5 wide because I can send him out on the route as well. So it actually benefits you to spread them out because you want to see where you want to go with the ball. Because if you keep it bunched up, that you're playing right into Jackson State's hand. You're playing right because it's a short field, it's condensed. You only got a few routes to work with. I don't want them problems. I don't want those problems. What I would do is I would do a lot of bunch concepts. I would do a lot of twin tight. I would do a twin tights, like double tight, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Because what I want to see is how they're playing in certain situations. Or if I go double tight, is that backside corner or those outside corners, are they playing off to the out? Because when you usually do double tight, the outside corner always plays like 5 or 6 yards off to the outside to your outside shoulder to stop those out routes and those quick outs and stuff like that. So I would try to do different stuff like that. But yeah, I would definitely not try to do 5 wide against Jackson State. That's crazy.
Yeah, you're right. But also he can go if they go 5 wide, he also can, and you got that back in the backfield. If you got it back in the backfield for my man's, he can also do a dump up the middle, seam routes. Yeah.
Option routes, H option
routes. He could do hash routes, and he could do hook curl routes. So the whole thing is the hook curl route is the ones that's gonna be wide open. Why? Because they man to man, and the first thing they're gonna do is they dropping back hard. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They hitting, they bumping, and they dropping back hard. So you do them curl route quickies. Everything got to be quick underneath. Then that's going to open up what's going to happen up top. But you got to have somebody fast enough to sneak up top and get up under that hit that post corner. So that's the whole thing.
I don't understand how people can. These people in the comments really be killing me. Listen, bro, you can run 5 wide with a running back. It's possible. He is a glorified receiver. He's a receiver. All I'm telling my running back to do, if he's on the strong side to Houston, is you're chipping Houston before you get out in your route. You chip Houston before you leave. That's it. You can do the same thing with a tight end. You can send your tight end out, but you say, hey, chip Houston, knock him inside, and then you release on your route. That's what you do. You have listen. Hey, go ahead.
Watch this. Your 5 wide, your running back is commonly known as your slot guy. Your slot guy can also go in motion.
Come on.
You can run, and you can send him in motion, and you can still run off of a 5 wide. So the whole thing is you can send him through the 0, the 3, the 4, the 6. You can send him through them holes, and your offense will open them holes up because they know that's where the play is coming.
Exactly.
Or you can send him around the edge, around the corner, and your quarterback fake him in the middle, send him around the corner, quarterback keep around the outside because you're running what? 5 wide.
5 wide.
Who's on the outside? Nobody.
Yep. So
because they just ran them empty.
Exactly. And if I'm being real, I would freak Jackson State with so much motion. Like it would blow your mind because you're going to declare.
All day, bro.
You're going to declare. You're going to
all day.
I'm going to have so many people in motion. You ain't going to know what to do because I'm going to make you declare. You're going to declare what you're in because I know you don't want to play zone. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to play zone because if I catch you if I bunch it up in a zone, I'm gonna kill you. So I'm gonna come in tight. I'm a formation motion out. I'm a motion another guy across. Like I'm going to do so much motion that you're going to have to declare what you're doing. Period.
Yeah, Yeah.
But hey, my guy, appreciate the call, man.
Yeah.
I like this call. This was great. Appreciate it.
All right, brother.
man. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me. All right, listen. If I motion, that was my last call. I'll try to get a call, but that was my last caller, so I'm closing the call lines, right? Because I'm about to get up out of here. Listen, there's so many ways that you can do this thing. If you listen, this is why somebody said they can sit there. Okay, sit there, but that doesn't make sense because if I got Abdul on Nugget, and I bring Abdul in, and Nugget doesn't follow, that's exactly what I want. That's exactly what I want. I want you to get. I want my best. You're showing me what you're doing. So no, you can't sit in it. Because if you don't keep the man on man, then I'm gonna make the matchups that benefit me. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense if you just sit in what you're doing. That means now you're telling me you're in a zone, because if you're playing man, you follow. Or if you pass it off in the man, that's cool. But I'm still putting my best player off of Nugget. So now I'm putting my best player on somebody that I want to. I'm not about to argue with y'all. I'm not about to you don't know. No, you don't know that, Sean. Every corner can press. I'm not saying that. You don't know that. You've seen it. You just haven't seen a corner. You haven't seen the corners get exposed because no quarterback can make the throw. I've seen numerous of times the guys got open. I can show you film for days where guys have been wide open, and the quarterback doesn't make the throw. Now that happens in every game, so it doesn't even have to be press, off, zone, whatever. All I'm saying is simple. If I keep you in motion, you have to declare. You have to declare. It is what it is. You have to. That's what motion does. Motion does. You have to declare what you're in. Now, if you can be in a 2-3 cover man, you could be in a cover 2 on one side and a cloud on the other side. You could be on a cover 3 on one side and cover 2. But if I keep you in motion, you show me that. If I line up in whatever I line up and I don't move, I don't know what you're in. I don't know what you're in. That's my whole point. So what I'm saying to you is, final score, what would you give it? I'm doing my final score on Friday. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So if Conor Maynard just goes out there and lines up these guys and just, hey, I'm gonna line my boys up and I'm gonna just run at them, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that play calling. That and he's smarter than me. He's played professional football way longer than me. I'm not saying I'm smarter than Coach Maynard, not even by a little bit, but that doesn't make sense to me. All right. That doesn't make no type of sense to me. I'm not doing it. Not even a little bit. So that's it. But hey, guys, let me go over the recap of what's going on for this week. Remember, Tuesday is the new SWAC order roundtable, 6:30 p.m. Wednesday, we got Wild Out Wednesday, 7 p.m. Get the callers in. You know, Alabama A&M, Jackson State calling, talk your crap, talk your trash, say however you feel. That's what's up. Thursday, who do you trust? All right, who do you trust? We're going through positional breakdowns, quarterback, D-line, corners. Who do you trust? Last but not least, Friday is my prediction, and I'm going to have some special guest on for their prediction as well. And then you already know Saturday, Live's pregame show on YouTube. I ain't got to say much about that, all right? So make sure. And last, but before I get up out of here, if you're in Atlanta, right, and you trying to get to the game, you want to go to the game, but you ain't in Atlanta. You fly into Atlanta. My man Party Boys Tour. If you call him, I got his, oh my gosh. I got his name. Let me see. I got his number. Let me put his number in here. Oh, you're fine. All right. So listen, got the Party Boys Tour. This is the website. This is his number. Hit him up. Reserve your seat. All right. If you call him, tell him that OFFScript sent you, you get 10% off your off the deal. All right. 10% off the deal. All right. You can't beat that. Website, momenttimeandtime.com. If you can't get it this fast, pause the video, come back, reach out to him, go to the website, read about it, reach out to him. Great guy. Do your thing. Hook you up. Let him know OFFScript sent you. All right. Too easy. All right. So Until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless.